What's poppin'? Welcome back to the F&S Podcast. This is Matt.
What it is, Josh back in the building.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the content. Make sure y'all check out Jay's Sideline. Make sure you check out Freeze Corner. Make sure you also hit the Midwest World. Check that out for all the gaming content. And also Wives Unscripted, the new show on the F&S network featuring the wives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we waiting on the next episode of that too.
Yeah, so I don't know when they plan on doing that, but it should be coming soon. Um, so what we gonna cover today, pretty much, we gonna talk about the trade. I guess if y'all want to say that's a blockbuster trade, I mean, is it really? Because both teams to me got worse. But in my opinion, like I spoke about it a little bit, and then we gonna cover. We gonna just pretty much close out the rest of the 2024 season, right?
Yeah, we gonna do a review of the 20 the well we gonna review last season. We gonna go over teams that had good years, teams that had bad years, players that had good years, players that had bad years. It's gonna be easier to do it with a quick team by team breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the format that I think we should follow.
All right.
With that is just go down the list of each team and whatnot, why they underachieved very briefly, who
Mm-hmm.
was the standout players, what do we expect from them this coming season.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. You know what I mean? Then we should be able since we got a fresh new year, we should be able to do a lot more coverage on the season this year. So stay
Right,
tuned for that.
right.
Um, so let's talk about this trade.
hmm
I guess the news. I mean, this trade.
It was made official, I guess, just a few hours ago or something like that.
Oh, they
Um,
must have passed their physicals and stuff.
well, Charlotte got involved in the trade. They got two second round picks or something like that
Hmm.
from the Knicks, which is
Who they give away?
I don't think they gave away anybody, but it just says, let me see. The Hornets are receiving three second round picks, two from the Knicks and one from Minnesota, along with Daquan Jeffries, Charlie Brown, and Dwayne Washington Jr. to complete the Carl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo trade. So they got nobody and nothing to look forward to.
Right, like there's no Jokic and no Gilbert Arenas coming out of any of these drafts. Like, I mean, nothing like that.
So I mean, I don't know why teams do this. Like third party teams when they get involved in trades, uh, what's the point if you ain't gonna get nobody out of this?
They might be cool. The owners might be cool with each other. Because
Well, yeah, I
remember,
know, but like,
that's probably like remember when the Grizzlies when they traded Kwame and Paul Gasol, Jerry
yeah,
West. I think he was the GM for the Grizz at the time. So that was a
mm,
lookout move. So they probably somebody probably cool behind the scenes just did down some looking out stuff. That's all I could think of.
yeah,
But as far as this trade, I don't know. I think in a sense, I spoke on this briefly, but I think in a sense both teams got a little worse here.
um, I wouldn't, I don't, I don't like neither player.
Look, this is the thing. Devinchenko, or I can't. I keep saying that. My bad, y'all. But my man's that they shouldn't have added him. But that was probably Minnesota. Like, look here, man.
Well, you heard that he wasn't happy staying with the Knicks anymore when they made the Mikal Bridges trade because when they made the Mikal Bridges trade, that meant his minutes was gonna get chopped.
What about the reunion they was talking about?
That whole Nova Knicks stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
yeah, he
happened to
wasn't
that?
he wasn't feeling that.
I
He
thought that was something they wanted.
well,
Mikal Bridges is better than him, so I don't know. Look, man. Like, I mean, look. I think he would be a great six man. He could start on some teams, but if you're trying to win a title, he probably suits best as a six man on a championship team. That don't mean you trash or nothing.
so does that help Minnesota? because it gives them
No,
another player.
no, because this is the problem. Julius Randle.
Of course.
See, like I said,
But Karl Anthony Towns was.
nah, he presents a whole nother problem. And you already know he presents that's a whole
so
different
so
problem.
so Julius, he does idiotic stuff. He thinks he's better than what he is. The only good thing that Julius brings to the table, I guess, is he, in comparison to Karl Anthony Towns, is that he's a more tougher player. Like, you ain't gonna be seeing Julius Randle in no headlocks like how you seen Karl Anthony Towns in headlocks.
But this the problem though. He's gonna think he the number 1 or 2 or something. Like he's not. That's Ant's team. That's Ant's team.
I would expect Ant to like make that clear, because like the way he be talking in these press conferences, and the way he was talking to Cat and Rudy.
Yeah, but Zach Randolph not going for that though. That's the thing. You said Cat and Rudy. I mean, not Zach Randolph, but I keep saying Julius Randle is not exactly gonna go for that. Well, I'm gonna give him that. So there's gonna be some problems.
Well, look, here's the thing. Julius Randle at this point in his career, if he has any sense, if there's any screws that's tight properly in his head, he knows that he's going to somebody else's team.
Dog, you talking about Julius Randle?
I know, you're right.
and listen, I mean, this is not no disrespect.
That's why I said that, I don't like neither player.
And this is not no disrespect aimed to that dude, man. It's just, look, the Cat's problem is he's soft. And that's a big problem, because as big as he is, he's supposed to be better than what he is.
Exactly.
Karl Anthony Towns is supposed to be the real deal.
Well,
he's supposed to be the real deal.
From a skill set perspective, New York got better, but they got softer.
That's what I'm saying. It balances it out. Because, okay, go ahead.
And then when you pair that with Thibodeau.
Oh, man.
And his rotations and minutes and stuff like that. Like
that's gonna be rough right there.
I mean, they was talking about it's a reunion between him and Thibodeau, because Thibodeau was the coach for Minnesota.
When was this? I don't even remember that.
I think it was back when they had Jimmy Butler.
That's when Minnesota was kind of cold a little bit, wasn't it? That was kind of all right with Jimmy Butler.
A little bit. Like, they didn't win nothing, but, at that point in time.
They was decent. You wasn't just walking up in there getting the win.
Yeah, but at that point in time, like, that was when the Warriors were still the Warriors. That was when, who else was on the scene at that time in the West? I have to look back at it, because.
I mean, I know they weren't world beaters in then. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. But,
you know what I'm saying?
But that was due in large part to Jimmy Butler's doing. That's when Jimmy Butler had that whole rant going on in practice, like y'all choosing him over me when he was talking to Cat.
That's when he beat him with the second unit, right?
The third unit.
Third unit?
Yeah.
There's no third unit in the NBA.
Yeah, he got the he pretty much got the practice players. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, neither one of y'all got better here.
No, they said, but listen, I think Kendrick Perkins said he said that the Knicks is gonna be looking at Celtics eye to eye with this trade, man. That's what he said. Do you believe this?
I don't believe that, not one bit. My first question for them would be, okay, if you was to compare yourself to anybody, how do you compare it to the Sixers?
That makes sense, but then that's more of a comparable. But the Sixers is deep though, actually. I mean, they got a lot of older guys, it seems, but they're they're deeper.
And then I guess the even bigger question is, does this move, or these moves that you made, can you beat the team that put you out last year?
And that was Indiana. No. Well. I don't know. If this is the thing, right? I'm gonna say this. If Cat play to what I don't know. Maybe him going to the East, but the East is a little more difficult now. But maybe him going to the East, he might actually do a little something. But he got but it's all about physical with him. He can shoot. He shouldn't be shooting that much, but he can shoot. He could play down low when he wants to. I've seen him do it with my own two eyes. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this dude actually get physical with my own two eyes. Like, oh, you can do this. Oh, so you actually can go down low and do a little something down there.
Right.
But you choose not to. Right. Oh, you can rebound a little bit.
Right.
But you choose not to.
Right.
So if he stays down there,
the question becomes, how much of an impact does Thibodeau coaching have on this? Because he's walking into a scenario where he's going to be the same number 2 option. Because the way things is going with New York, Jalen Brunson is going to have the ball.
Well, I mean, Jalen Brunson's number 1 option over there. I think it's going to be between Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges number 2, right? I would assume.
I would think Mikal Bridges would go back to the role that he was playing in Phoenix when he was the third glue guy.
I would think so.
He was the guy that he'll play the defense. He'll have the defensive responsibility because he was in the runnings for Defensive Player of the Year.
Really? Him?
When he was on Phoenix.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I think it was him. I think it was him, Anthony Davis, and Draymond Green. I think it was that year.
I gotta see that because he's just so skinny, dog. I just don't.
What does that mean? Tayshaun Prince was skinny.
Tayshaun Prince was 6'9" with like a crazy wingspan. He was stronger than he looked. Mikal Bridges don't seem.
You know how big Mikal Bridges is?
He don't look that big.
He ain't too far away from it being exactly what Tayshaun Prince is.
So he clamping folks?
He was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. That's all I can tell you. I haven't locked in eyes on him to see if he is like that. Because
I'm gonna keep an eye on him this year then.
Because
I'm gonna watch this.
Because on Brooklyn he was the number 1 option, so his defense would naturally just go down a little bit. So, but anyway, oh, I forgot to tell you. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
What?
Indiana made a sleeper move in free agency.
Jahlil Okafor?
Yeah.
Is they gonna sign him though? That's the question.
They signed him to a 3-year deal.
No, he didn't. They signed him to they said he was on a practice squad, dog. They signed him to the practice roster. Oh, let me see. Let me look this up. If they signed him, that's a cold move right there.
I thought I seen that he was on the on a 3-year deal.
They signed him on a practice tip, but hold on. Pacers on a training camp deal. They said he on a training camp deal. Hold on. Yeah, let me see. Let me. So this is on Hoops Rumors. Let me go to a better place. Sorry, Hoops Rumors. My bad, y'all. I don't want to disrespect y'all like this. It ain't like that, man. Like it's not. I just don't want to. You know, and that's I'm just saying. I just want to make sure this is super official. You know what I mean?
Oh boy. Let me see here.
I'm gonna go to CBS Sports. Let me go to CBS Sports. You know what I mean? So CBS Sports. This is by Jasmine Wimbish. That's her name. And this was published September 29, 2024. So former lottery pick Jahlil Okafor has agreed to a training camp deal with the Indiana Pacers per Shams Charania. Okafor last played in the NBA during the 2021 season where he appeared in 27 games for the Detroit Pistons. Man, Pistons tripping. Since then, he played overseas where he spent 2 seasons playing in China and most recently is coming off a season in Spain where he averaged 11.7 points and 5.1 rebounds per game.
All right, so it is just a training camp deal.
I never heard no training camp deal, to be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard of something like that.
Yeah, I never heard of that before.
So maybe
that's why when I had seen it, I immediately was like, "Oh."
But look, listen. I'm the type that start him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because
I'm the type that start him move Miles Bridges to the four. I'm or not Miles Bridges. What's dog name? Miles Turner. I move him to the four. He
I
plays more
mean,
like a four anyway.
you mean move Miles Turner to the five?
To
Because
the
that's what he
four.
plays anyway.
Oh, so really?
Mouse
Jaleel
Mouse
Okafor?
Miles Turner plays the five. The Jaleel Okafor, he's the one that even though he's big, even though he's center big, he plays like Tim Duncan.
He seemed well. I mean, I guess. I mean, he seemed like he suit better now at the five because like he lost. I mean, it wasn't like he was the fastest guy in the world anyway.
No,
But it
but
like he
he was
put some weight
bucket
on.
down there. Like the last time we seen him really, well, the last time that I really seen Jaleel Okafor get the pop off, like teams was actually trying to get him the ball, was in the bubble when he was playing for the Pelicans.
He was getting off too.
All you can eat buffet down there. Nobody could nobody could handle it.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, dog. Like I mean, I don't understand that. Like I don't. I mean, I think Rick Carlisle. Like, yeah, let me go ahead and slide him up in here because if you throw him down low, man, that's a big team too. You got
Well, and then this year they gonna be getting Matherin back.
yeah, I liked him.
They gonna be
Then
getting
they
Matherin
also
back.
got my man's from Detroit, Wiseman, which I wish Detroit would have kept him.
So yeah, they got Wiseman over there.
You know what? Hey, you know what I'm thinking?
They
They
still
probably
got.
they probably got Okafor to mentor Wiseman.
Why would he mentor him?
Post moves.
He didn't have the career neither. Like I don't know. Wiseman gonna listen to him?
This is the thing. You got mentors who you hear about these guys
Right.
that's cold like that in the league, and then you hear who their mentor was. It's always some dude you never heard of. Oh yeah,
Right.
my man, he just showed me how to. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Jaleel Okafor got cold post game.
He got to have that kind of personality where he'll take a lesson from him.
Wiseman, you haven't listen, Wiseman. Let me talk to you a little bit, Wiseman. You went to the Warriors, didn't pop off. You went to Detroit.
He
And for
wasn't
whatever
set up for
reason,
success on Golden State.
but I feel you. But you was still was your number one, number two pick, something like that.
Something like that.
He was up there.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point in time, I don't view you as that, but at this point in time, to most you're viewed as a bust. I would be trying to get all the advice I can get to get out of that stage.
Right.
It's just that simple. He don't have a leg to stand on right now. You know what I'm saying? Because what Jaleel Okafor is doing is still showing he get busy. He got called to Indiana on a training camp deal. So why wouldn't you listen to him?
Well, I'm just saying, like, how many teams in the league could have used him, and they didn't make
Anybody who need a big man down low.
That's almost everybody.
Exactly.
Teams that are not named in Philadelphia 76ers, Denver Nuggets, Sacramento Kings, Houston Rockets. Everybody else they could potentially use a big man.
Jaleel Okafor has a rare skill set right now.
Yeah, that. I mean, I would say that Julius Okafor's post game is better than everybody that I just named.
It's better than most. Who in the league got a better post game than? Like seriously, who?
People gonna glue their minds to the superstars and whatnot.
Not gonna sell Joel Embiid. He the closest. He the closest.
I would say when he does attack in the post, especially with them pump fakes and whatnot, Jokic is closer to being up there than Joel Embiid. Like Joel Embiid is just like straight brute strength to a degree. Sometimes
Jokic be like that too. Man, they footwork ain't as crispy because you gotta look at it like this. You look at a guy, the only guy I've seen with that Jaleel Okafor footwork is you showed. Well, I've seen a clip before, but you showed it to me. Al Jefferson, one dribble,
right?
One dribble, one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Jaleel Okafor the same way. You throw it to him, all you need is one.
Right.
And he pivoting all over the place, man. Like Jokic don't do that, or Joel Embiid don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody in the league really like has his post game. That's why I said he's better than all of them.
If you any team right now that would build their team on some 90s stuff and play that way right now would dominate.
They should. But then I mean, but it's different type of players too. Like, you know, I mean that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah. So yeah, back to this. The Knicks, you fighting for second place. You fighting for second place.
Talking about with Julius Randle and Mikal Bridges?
The
Or you talking about the rankings?
Huh?
You talking about the trade, right?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Okay.
I'm going back to the trade, and
Okay.
I'm saying to myself, this move with like I'm in a group chat with some Knicks fans, and like, you know, they being Knicks fans right now. You know,
All right, you know
they
see where this gonna go.
They talk about, yeah, we can go all the way. I'm
How?
like, how? With the softest dude in the league, y'all made this acquisition, and he makes you feel like. Have you not been watching this dude?
I'm about to
like,
go to this roster right now.
He's been in the league for almost 10 years.
I'm about to go to this roster right now. I didn't realize I could pull this up on the computer while I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't realize that. The whole time I'm over here trying to look at the phone. Yeah, I'm about to pull this junk up, dog. Like, I'm about to look at the roster, man, because
look, you can look at it on that website I sent you.
Yeah, I'm about to go into it right now, dog, because this the thing.
Okay, I got it right here.
New York. You already know how I feel about New York, period, in a whole. Like, I'm not hating on these cats.
Oh.
But what's up?
And then the other thing too, you heard about what's been going on with Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, talking all that stuff. Now you about to get traded. You said that though. I think you told me that they gonna probably trade him.
The thing is, that's their interior defense right there.
He always hurt though.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like, does it matter if you always hurt?
When you look at their roster, losing Hartenstein really hurt.
But I remember I told you, I'm like, that was a terrible idea to let him walk. That was dog.
Losing Hartenstein, because after Mitchell Robinson, they only got Jericho Sims.
Jericho Sims is cool, man. He's cool.
Athletic, but that don't mean that he's a good center.
Yeah, I don't think he better than Gafford. I don't think he better than
I'll read it off to you.
Go ahead.
So at point guard, they team roster is Jalen Brunson. They got Cameron Payne and Landry Shamet.
They're too small, dog.
2 guard, DiVincenzo's no longer there, so it's Miles McBride.
Who's that, man?
He got some playing time last year.
Okay.
At small forward, which is, I'm assuming this means that Josh Hart is going to get moved over to the 2 guard spot, because they got Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and some Bates Diop. And then with Julius Randle no longer being there, OG Anunoby is starting at the 4. Precious Achiuwa. And then center would be Karl Anthony Towns and Jericho Sims.
Get out of here, man. Nah, dog. Nah.
Come on. Like, how you think you can go all, like, I get the optimism that comes from your team making an acquisition. And given this is an acquisition that these New York Knicks fans that I'm in the chat with, they've been wanting this to happen for 2 years now.
Well, you talking about that cat thing? Yeah. I know Stephen A. Smith been, all right, dude. I don't get adding a guy. Listen, I'm not. Karl Anthony Towns is soft, man. He's not no championship level 4. Every
4 or 5.
Every 4 or 5 who play on the championship level, they had some nastiness to him. You look at David Robinson. They say he's nice. That dude had nastiness to his game. Did you see how that dude was not soft? Tim Duncan, nice guy, not soft. You know what I mean?
I'm just looking at this and I'm like, yeah, you're going to look good in the regular season against some bad teams with some favorable matchups. But when it get to the playoff time, the Miami Heat will give them a run for their money, and they under-talented.
Is he going to last? First of all.
That's
Is it gonna
that's
last?
that's the first question.
Because
That's the first question.
he
Him,
he he don't
Mikal
care.
Bridges. I mean, like, it's really gonna be mainly him because he gonna be the only thing that they gonna have with size.
Bro, Tibbs gonna run him to the ground, bro. Tibbs
Yes.
don't believe in rotations. He wait till somebody get injured till you come in the game. Like, seriously. It's been proven.
Mm-hmm.
He run with like a 6-7 man rotation. Am I lying?
They're gonna have to use Precious Achiuwa a whole lot more than what they want to. Which is like, I'm not hating on Precious Achiuwa. I mean, he alright. But if Precious Achiuwa is your center, like first of all, he on the size, ain't he like 6'7", 6'8", something like that?
You already know how I feel about having undersized centers and forwards, man. I don't like undersized nothing.
The only undersized center that was able to pull this off and be very impactful was Ben Wallace.
And you see how strong the dude was.
Right.
And how, you know what I mean, freakishly athletic he was, man. Like, so, I mean, Charles Barkley was undersized too. But
he played the 4.
But he still was cold, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to be special.
Zion technically is undersized to be a 4, but you
you got to be special.
Body,
you have to be special to be in that position.
Special.
Just like if you're an ultra short point guard like a Muggsy or Earl Boykins, you got to be special. Those cats are special. You understand?
Yeah. So my question with the Knicks is like,
no, the Knicks ain't
best case scenario, you fighting for second place because I don't see this right here. Like,
second place of what? The East?
Yeah, they fighting for second place in the East. That's their best case scenario. Best case scenario. That means that everybody is healthy and all of that. That's
bro.
Best
Giannis gonna terrorize Towns, bro. The Bucks, listen, I don't like the Bucks like all like that, but they got a whole year now, training camp and all.
Right, yeah.
Dog, the Bucks is not gonna be somebody to play with.
Well, Giannis got to stay healthy himself, but
but the Bucks
if he stays healthy,
gonna be a team to screw with, dog.
Well, I don't know because outside of him and Dame, what they got next after that? Let's go over.
Let's go and slide over there.
Actually, you know what we was going.
Oh yeah, we gonna. Yeah, so
naturally do this.
So the conclusion to this trade is what, Josh?
Best case scenario, y'all just y'all made parallel moves.
Do you agree that Julius Randle is more of the headache here?
I don't know, man. I get just as big a headache looking at somebody not want to be played like a big man. Like Julius. I say this: Julius brings. This is hard, bro, because I really don't like neither player, and I don't want to make either player sound good like I would want them on my team.
Okay, I say this while you think about it. I will say this: I can see Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards being a cold duo if they coexist, and the Julius Randle players role, because Julius Randle got the mind. He got the mind. He don't got.
Are you sure he has the mind?
He thinks he's he's confident. Let me say that. The guy's confident. He's confident. I'm not saying his IQ is high. I never said nothing about IQ. I didn't say that once.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm Minnesota, Julius Randle not even starting.
Who you starting over?
Naz Reid.
They talking about trading him. They
just signed him last year to an extension.
Look this up, dog. I could have sworn, dog, I seen some mess about some Naz Reid. I'm about to look this up right now.
Why would you trade him?
Oh, let me look. Hold on. Let me look. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm bugging here. Maybe I'm bugging.
You know, I can't say you can't be wrong because I've seen stupider things done in the past. So if they willing to shop Naz Reid because they got Julius Randle, you cutting your legs off from underneath you.
Report. no. Okay.
You
See,
need
look
to
at
be
this
trying to
person
trade
saying.
Rudy Gobert. That's who you need to be trying to trade.
Okay, so this was okay. Report
I'll trade Rudy Gobert to Atlanta and get Clint Capella.
Timberwolves could have lost Nas Reed, Nickel Alexander Walker if they kept Karl Anthony Towns. So they both was gonna probably walk. I don't think Nas Reed probably would have walked.
Nas
Maybe.
Reed would be starting for me.
Because Nas Reed, I'm gonna tell you like this, Nas Reed, people probably after that playoffs,
Yeah.
they had the checkbook open for him.
Right.
I'm saying
You
they
know,
had
so
to.
but see, this is why I'm saying I'm like the one that I would be trying to move is Rudy Gobert. I'll be trying to get him up out of here.
So hold on, it doesn't. So wouldn't you? So what they mean it would have lost because they make Rudy Gobert make a big contract. He got a big contract.
Yeah, but he ain't getting paid $200 million no more. Like a couple of years of them contracts is in the books.
Okay.
So now he's more movable than he was before.
I don't know.
Right now,
this trade, man.
Because right now it's like after what you just saw with Nas Reed, you gonna keep him on the bench?
I agree with you, but do you think his production would be less starting? Because some people now, you will admit, some people are better suited coming off the bench like a Jason Terry.
This is true, but he hasn't had the opportunity to show that, or not.
Because there's nothing wrong with being a six-man coming off the bench. There's nothing wrong with that. You still can be an impactful player.
Yeah, you could be the big man version of a Jamal Crawford.
Right, so I'm not mad at that, but
so Rudy Gobert, he has this 1 year left where he's making 43.8, and then he has a player option after that for 46.6. This is the time to move him because now the teams aren't tied because he signed that 5-year, $205 million contract back in the 2021-2022 season with the Utah Jazz.
But they're not going to have no interior defense.
Do they have it with him there?
They got something a little bit. You know what I'm
like
saying?
I said, I'll trade him. I'll be trying to get
trade at this point. If you trade Rudy Gobert and have Nas Reed down there.
No. I'm not saying have Nas Reed at the center. I'll trade him for somebody else. Like I said, I just said I'll trade him to try to get Clint Capella off the Hawks. I'll trade him to try to get.
You just said you didn't want Clint Capella before. You said he kind of.
No. I said I would trade him for Clint Capella.
I'm talking about a while back when I was talking about Clint Capella. You said he was too old, man.
No, I ain't say he was too old. There just ain't nothing special about him. But the one thing that Clint Capella does have is he's got size and thickness to where Clint Capella, like you see the way Jokic be having his way with Rudy down there in the paint. Clint Capella got more beef on him, and Jokic ain't gonna be able to just move him around. So at least give me something.
I mean, Zach Randolph don't play defense. I mean, I don't know why I keep calling him that. Julius Randle don't play defense. Who he?
That's why I'm saying he would be coming off the bench with me.
Nas Reed, he played defense.
Actually, he had some runs where he was the one that was playing good defense on Jokic this year, and I think he had some good matches with I think it was in the regular season where he was able to to limit. Well, I ain't gonna say limit, but he had a few good possessions, defensive possessions, guarding Anthony Davis. So
they hurt themselves just trading him.
Yeah, they did.
They should have just traded. If you going,
they need to have a plan. I mean, because to me, to make this move, that means that would generally say you got a plan, and it's not through yet.
I would hope so because you didn't improve. I mean, you helped Ant with some scoring, but I like him, right? But to me, he's a six man.
Yeah, he's gonna come
I'm
in when
not
the man
starting him
sits
over
down.
McDaniels, man.
No, not at all. Not
I'm
at
not.
all.
So him talking about him getting he don't like the position he in. You in the same position with Minnesota. You are in the same exact position
I
with
don't know
Minnesota.
because he wasn't starting in New York, or was he?
If we talking about now, I want to come off the bench behind Mikal Bridges.
Well, the addition of Mikal Bridges chopped his minutes even more because he was already sharing minutes with Josh Hart, OG Anobi, and um yeah, it was them.
Here's this what happened when you play on a team that's good. You share minutes.
Right. But
I mean,
when
yeah.
they but when they added Mikal Bridges, that chopped his minutes more. There's nobody on Minnesota that's gonna chop his minutes. Like he'll come in for either Ant or McDaniels, and he'll get his minutes that way. He'll because he could still get 20 plus minutes with this roster the way it is, and then you never know what the deal's gonna be with Mike Conley because he's only getting older.
Well, Mike Conley, luckily he don't play a game that's required heavy athleticism. He's got to be a floor general. Because if Chris Paul can do it, he can do it, and he
Right.
tend to be more healthy than Chris Paul anyway. So I mean,
Right. So I don't know. So just to wrap that up, my opinion, like you said, both teams kind of got worse.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I like from a New York Knicks perspective. I feel like best case scenario you fighting for second place, but a more realistic scenario you probably are a bottom half playoff team because right now I think with Tibbs and his rotation and your lack of big man depth right now,
Mm-hmm.
Hartenstein gonna hurt. Losing Hartenstein gonna hurt. Whether they want to admit it or not, DiVincenzo losing him is gonna hurt because he
I
made a
for,
whole bunch of big shots for them too.
yeah, I
Which is
forgot like that Hardenstein. Man, that was early too. Like they lost him and him. Like those two.
right. So I feel like somebody gonna have to fill DiVincenzo's shoes in making the big shot in the clutch time when Jalen Brunson is being doubled. And who is that gonna be? Who you gonna
Cat.
trust to
The
knock
man
down?
is Cat. That's what they got him for, right?
Supposed to be.
That's what they got him for.
But if Cat is gonna be playing the perimeter, who's gonna be rebounding?
I don't know. Hardenstein at OKC.
Exactly. So, like,
So,
technically, roster wise, they might be behind Cleveland now.
Cleveland. I told you I like Cleveland. They're just small.
They got to trade Darius Garland.
They need to. Yeah, I'll trade him and put in Amani Bates, dog. They say he put on 30 pounds of muscle. I seen him. He didn't look like it, but he looked a little more stronger. Listen, I will be trying. Amani Bates is nice, dog.
Yeah, we all know this.
I don't understand how this dude is just
Politics. The same
riding
way
the
Jahlil
pine.
Okafor was against
Bruh, like Amani Bates is cold, dog. Like I don't.
we can make a full list of this stuff of players that got did dirty.
Like Amani Bates, he better
See,
than a
but
whole lot of dudes. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
so, Cleveland actually got a cold backcourt if they just use it. You know
I
what I mean?
wouldn't be
Like,
surprised if JB Bickerstaff tried to trade and get him.
please do that. Please do that. He from Michigan too. Please say that. Bring him on over.
Would you? Oh, okay, so I'm trying to think of a way that would happen.
I'll get rid of Ivy for him. I'll get rid of Ivy for him.
So what if you did What if you did Cade Cunningham for Darius Garland and Imani Bates?
I like Garland. It's like in the yellow. It's not in the green. It's in the yellow. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking. Let's talk because K he don't. Amani got it in his chest. Amani got it in his chest. He showed. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that would give.
And he's from Michigan, so he wearing that Pistons jersey with pride.
And that would give Cleveland size at the guard spot.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Because Pistons size is not an issue.
Nah.
So they can spare one.
I will probably, yeah. We can talk. I'm liking it. It's in the yellow. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if you can do that and replace Cade with Jaden Ivey.
You talking about replacing Cade? We talking about replacing
like
Jaden Ivey with Bates?
If you can do just a Jaden Ivey and Imani Bates, because I feel like
I think that's doable.
Yeah, but like for Cleveland, that's not solving the issue.
They're not even using them.
Yeah, they're not using them, but they just but they're staying small.
That's the thing. I think that you can get. I think anybody who try to trade for Monty Bates can get him at a cheap price as far as trades. And to the people that look like a bad move, they trade a certain player for him, but not really realizing like this dude is nice like that and just give him a shot.
I mean,
because I'll give up Jaden.
I'll give up Ivy with the quickness. Thompson, then
I'll give it to him. I mean, Sir Thompson got them blood clots too. I'll let them. You know what? I'll be like this. Look, I'll give you with Sher Thompson and Ivy for Bates.
Just him alone?
No, you know they're gonna throw a pick in there or something, or something else in there. That's the starting conversation.
I would want something else. Like I'll be talking about like I'll give you Isaiah Stewart too if you give me Jared Allen.
They ain't gonna do that. Jared Allen, nice dog. Isaiah Stewart don't do nothing. What does he do? He does nothing. He doesn't. He don't do anything, bro.
He just acts like he tough.
What is he good at? You know, so it's like for real. I mean, on the streets he nice, but let's be serious. In the league, what is he good at? But Jared Allen actually could block shots, rebound.
Yeah.
Shoot, the Knicks, why did they try to go for him?
Hey man, well look, I don't know, but to try to end at a decent time, we got to move on.
All right.
All right, so this is the last season breakdown. So I'm gonna just go in order right here, and we can have brief comments on them.
All right, hold on. I'm about to give me like 2 seconds. I'm about to pause this. Wish you ain't answer my doggone text. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. My bad.
All
right. So go ahead.
So going in order, I'ma just say the team. And we can talk about whether or not they had a disappointing season or a good season. The players that had good and disappointing years, and we can make it brief so we can kind of fly through it.
All right, say the status. Well, I guess you could say the rankings too. I guess the standings, whatever the standings. Yeah, I'm looking at trying to see if they show their standings. I'm on this site. I'm looking for the standings.
You gotta go to Basketball Reference, I think, and they'll show it.
Oh, Basketball. I'm on Real GM.
Yeah, Basketball Reference will show their standards.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. But you go ahead. You can go ahead and run them down while I'm doing this.
Okay, so, Atlanta. Start off with Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. They did not make the playoffs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They did not make the playoffs. They went 36-46 last year.
that's not exactly. I mean, it's bad. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not exactly. Because I'm looking at the standards now, I found them.
Mm-hmm. You went to
Uh,
basketball reference, right?
yeah. I'm not. I'm on the page where 2023-24 NBA season. I'm at conference standards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep.
so I mean, what was their issue? I mean, they just
They issue to me it was pretty clear. DeJounte Murray don't fit
yeah.
with Trey
That,
Young.
that was about to say like because they wasn't a good pair because before that wasn't they in the playoffs?
They was in the playoffs, and then we
Yeah.
seen a couple years before this, they was in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray's not he doesn't play winning
Him,
basketball.
that, and the Snyder head coach. I'm not saying that he's a bad head coach, but this is Nate McMillan's team right here.
Come on, Quinn Snyder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nate McMillan should still be coaching right now. I feel like DeJounte Murray, when he came in, that messed up everything with Nate McMillan, and then they fired Nate.
I
Thinking
thought
that
it was I thought it was a Trey Young issue when they
that's what I'm saying. They was saying that Trey Young and Nate wasn't getting along, but that didn't start happening until DeJounte Murray came into the picture.
mm,
And I don't know, DeJounte Murray attitude to me just don't seem to be fit for team basketball.
he don't play winning basketball like I said, man. I mean,
Right.
I
So
don't. Um,
I mean, you could say it was okay. So
they
Trey Young averaged 26 and 11.
they didn't make no moves, none did they either. Ain't do nothing. I'm looking at the transactions. Um, well, this is July. I'm looking at the wrong part, but I haven't heard any of the moves they made, man. They probably will improve with no DeJounte Murray, dog.
For
You know
real.
what I'm saying? To be honest, they might, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
they didn't really do nothing like you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to pull up 2 pages and look at
They
22,
didn't they
25
didn't
and
add
24.
no big time names. Like they got Cody Zeller off of Charlotte.
He okay.
They added Kevon Harris off of Orlando, which is this is somebody that really didn't do much of nothing at all. Dominic Barlow from off of the Spurs. I can't say I know anything about him.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I think that,
But they still got that core that went to the Eastern Conference Finals there. They still got I mean, the only one that's missing really, well, actually, the only two players that is missing from this team is Lou Williams and John Collins.
I think they'll be, I mean, you know, it's slim pickings in the league, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, with it being slim pickings in the league like this, it's hard to really say what they can do. I mean, I almost feel like DeJounte Murray, ain't no almost, I do feel like he addition by subtraction. Or, you know what I mean? Because he just, it went downhill when he put on the jersey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's really like the problem there.
Right.
You
So,
know?
So we essentially saying that they're gonna be better. Will they be
A
back
little
in the
bit.
playoffs?
A little, maybe. I mean, you look at the Bulls.
The Bulls don't got DeRozan no more.
Yeah, I know. So they probably gonna slip. So you know, you can bump Atlanta up there. The Bulls need to just go in rebuild mode. So I can see the Bulls being considerably worse. I'm looking at the standards here, Boston, and who they could possibly beat out. And not touching Boston, the Knicks, Bucks,
Technically, they with their regular team playing together as a team, they can beat almost everybody. They can probably beat almost everybody in the bottom half of the playoffs. Just because they got winning experience.
See the 7. Could they fall into that Miami Heat slot? Because I don't see them overtaking Boston, New York, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Orlando, Indiana or Philly. Because that's 7 right there. That's
Right.
7 right there.
So they'll probably take one of them spots, which is that'll be all the evidence that you need right there that DeJounte Murray was the problem. all the evidence that you need. So
Yeah,
I mean, ideally I would expect Toronto Raptors would have a better year this year than what they had last year, because they was a playoff team the year before.
Yeah.
So I would expect Toronto to have a better year this year too. So I can see them fighting for that spot. Chicago might be on the outside looking in.
Chicago, I see them getting pretty. I mean, they don't know what they want to do. To be honest with you, I don't know what they own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like you said, I'm looking at transactions, man. I don't see nothing. I don't know who. I don't see nothing. Like, I mean.
All right, so let's move on to the next team in order. This is going in ABC order, by the way. So,
okay.
ABC order right now. The next team on the list, Boston Celtics.
I mean, they top of the East still. I don't see them. I mean, unless they get hurt or something, unless there's some injuries happening. I mean, they defending champions, so.
Well, we already know Kristaps Porzingis can't last the whole season.
Yeah, I don't count him, dog. I don't.
Al Horford is a year older.
All right, so Al Horford, has he played any different from young Al Horford to old Al Horford? He the same dude.
Old Al Horford.
He like Joe Johnson.
Well, to me, old Al Horford shows up in big moments more than young Al Horford.
So old Al Horford is better than young, right?
Yeah.
Al Horford, that's what I think. So I don't think with Al Horford's style, he can kind of play as long as he wants to, as long as he don't get hurt. So that's really. Right. And when it comes to injuries, that can happen to anybody at this point. So to even sit there and use injuries, I don't know. I mean,
but this is the team that got depth too. They got Lonnie Walker over there.
Hold on, when they get him?
In this off season.
I didn't see any memos on that. That's crazy, dog.
Yeah, they got him this off season.
That's crazy. They got Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker, nice too.
They kept Xavier Tillman, which is going to be like he's going to be.
He pretty straight.
He's going to be needed.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
that squad is all right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean,
they got a squad.
Oh, they got Ron Harper Jr. over there. He ain't getting no burn. I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know his if that is his son. I would assume so. But yeah, I mean, they fine. They gonna be top of the East still, unless there's injuries.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next team, Brooklyn Nets.
Oh my goodness. Oh, let me go to this roster.
So they got Dennis Schroeder, Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton in their starting lineup.
That don't mean nothing.
That's not a terrible starting lineup when you're talking youth, because I think Nick Claxton needs to go to a different team.
That franchise is shambles, dude. Like they're not about to win, bro.
Right.
They should have been in the Pistons spot, to be honest. But whatever.
They probably gonna be there this year because they got Killian Hayes over there, and then Ben Simmons.
Listen, Ben Simmons. Let me talk to you, man. You made me like an idiot past few years, sir.
Don't even waste your breath.
You make me like an idiot, dude. Like real talk.
Don't even.
I gotta waste it. This ain't no waste. He gotta hear this. You make me like an idiot past few years, man. I've been arguing for you for years.
Oh man, dang. Okay, all right.
Well, what you about to say?
No, I was looking at the team that we gonna talk about next, and I see what they starting lineup looking like, and I'm like, what in the world is they smoking?
Man,
so go ahead.
Ben Simmons,
get your
ring. You making me like an idiot for the past 4-5 years, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've lost all faith, sir. I've lost all faith. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? It's that I see you on a podium saying, "Oh, I'm pretty good." I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see highlight tapes. They tried to get away with that. I don't know if they tried to throw up a little clip. No, we ain't doing that. We need to see this on the floor because with his ability, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. Let's go to the next team. Not even go through all this.
All right. So, but yeah, just a final take on Brooklyn Nets. They was the next seed below the Atlanta Hawks. Right now, I feel like they could be the only team that I can say that they can probably be better than is Washington.
The Wizards, yeah, the Wizards they pretty bad too.
Yeah,
so I mean,
all right. So next team, Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets, they was the third worst team in the East. They got LaMelo Ball, Cody Martin, the rookie from last year, Brandon Miller. He actually showed that he might be a solid player. Miles Bridges, he's back in the league after his legal issues. But the funniest thing that I'm looking at right now on this depth chart is that they got Grant Williams at the center spot starting over Mark Williams.
He ain't no center.
Over Mark Williams.
He not.
Legit 7-footer. Double all day. He got the size.
Where do you see this at? Like, where do you see this? I'm looking for the depth chart, man. Like, where do you? I don't believe.
So when I'm looking at the depth charts, I'm on Basketball Real GM.
Okay, all right, man. Look, man. Like, nah, I don't believe. You said they be having placeholders, dog. So I'm going to chalk it up as that.
Look, so
there's no way Grant Williams is center. I don't even believe you said that.
They got him right here. You pulling it up?
I'm going to right now. I'm going to that thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now. No, I didn't call you. And my wife, you know, she's from Wife Unscripted, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Speaking of, I offered for Andrea to sit in on this since they watch basketball supposedly, but she was like, "What am I gonna say?"
Oh, you offered to sit? I mean, they more than welcome to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like they are more than welcome to do it. So depth charts, Charlotte Hornets. Let's see. Let's load this up. Rotation. Okay. So, all right, man.
Somebody on crack, bro. Somebody on crack. They got two good big men
Mark
over there.
Williams, nice. He kind of alright.
Yeah.
Mark Williams kind of alright, dog. I don't believe this is true.
Yeah, I mean somebody got to be having a brain fart, something like that. Something like that got to be happening here.
Because he's not even a center. He's barely a four.
He shouldn't even be starting.
Grant Williams.
I'd rather have everybody else starting than him.
Grant Williams at center. You got to be kidding me, dog. 10 points, 4 rebounds.
If they got the nerve to pull that crap.
Bro, hold on, wait a second. Am I reading this right? This brother averaged 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Mark Williams, 13 points, 10 rebounds.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And he's 7 foot.
Nick Richards, 10 points, 8 rebounds.
That's the backup center. Somebody on some dope.
Y'all crazy.
Somebody on some dope.
This can't be. They probably just iron
messed up right here, man. On this one.
That's it, man. There's no way he's a center. I don't even believe what I'm reading, so I'm not worried about that.
Okay. So with them, I would say the bright spot player was Brandon Miller. It looked like you got something with him.
He's not that bad as far as talent.
No, that's why I said he's the bright spot, because LaMelo Ball, I don't really care for him.
No, I'm not a big LaMelo guy at all.
I don't care for him. Miles Bridges, I don't know what his commitment to the Charlotte Hornets is, but he should have been on a different team.
What, did he sign an extension or something?
Yeah. He should have went somewhere else.
When did he sign an extension?
I think it was either last offseason or something like that.
Man, that's crazy, man. He should leave.
Yeah, he signed the extension this offseason for 3 years, $75 million.
That's probably why he stayed. That's probably the only team that's gonna pay him that.
They brought in Taj Gibson, that's on some moral support type stuff. Seth Curry is wearing the jersey, and I don't know how much minutes he gonna get, if he gonna get minutes at all.
To be real, it's probably gonna be his last team.
Right.
Because he probably and I'm not saying Seth can't play, but nobody never utilized him.
Right.
So he probably just playing here because his pops. know what I'm saying? I think his
He
dad is on the
grew up in
announcing
North
team and
Carolina.
stuff. Yeah, he probably gonna finish it out here. But
So I don't see them making the playoffs. I'm gonna just keep
no,
this.
but they
They
entertaining
they
team to
ain't making
watch.
the playoffs
I mean, would you trade? Would you have LaMelo Ball on the trading block?
for real. Yesterday, I would have had him on the trade block yesterday.
LaMelo Ball, I'm not. I don't like his style at all, dog. So I mean, we in agreement. I would never draft him.
Right.
I'm just being honest. So I mean, so,
All
but
right.
nah, no playoffs. So let's go to the next squad.
Next squad, Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls. They finished. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they was a play-in team,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't make the playoffs. Finished just above the Atlanta Hawks 39-43 record. They
Looking
no
at the
longer
roster.
have DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
well, I'm gonna say this because they did pick up Josh Giddey, who I think is underrated.
I feel like he should be starting point
So,
guard. Skip Kobe
he
White.
definitely should be. Listen, man, Kobe. We already know how I feel about Kobe White. I don't even think, man. Like when he said he can hang with John Morant, and I'm like, man. All right, fam. Kobe White is cool. He's a backup. He's a backup. That's what he is. Josh Giddey definitely should be starting over Kobe White. That shouldn't even be a question.
I can see that actually working itself out too.
What? Kobe White coming off the bench?
Yeah, I can
That
see
should
that
be
working
off the
itself out.
rip.
Like if the coach is as smart as he is, he's getting Josh Giddey is going to be starting on the floor.
I mean, he needs to be. I mean, what does Kobe White do better than Josh Giddey?
Probably shoot.
Jeez.
Shoot.
Is it really that much better if he does?
I mean, he averaged 19 points. Josh Giddey averaged 12 last year, but that was the year.
Josh Giddey played with the Thunder.
He played with the Thunder, and he was dealing with that legal stuff.
Right, but he played with the Thunder, one of the best teams of the West. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's not going
to be chucking up the shots.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Zach LaVine, it's about time for them to trade him anyway.
Right now, they starting lineup is Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Torrey Craig, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic.
That's not exactly terrible. It's not the greatest, but you can win some games with that. I mean, you got just what I would do.
It all depends on what you get out of Zach LaVine.
I mean, Taylor Horton-Tucker ain't starting over Torrey Craig.
You think he needs to start?
Torrey Craig better than him?
Torrey Craig played defense.
Okay. You need some defense. Okay, that makes sense.
This dude don't play defense, and his offense happens by accident.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you know.
So I mean, I don't see them making the playoffs again.
Nah, I don't.
They gotta make a move here.
I think DeMar DeRozan is more important than people. DeMar DeRozan, yes, he's neutral. He don't really, but with a team like this, you will miss DeMar DeRozan because he's a pro, and he does what he do on a consistent level.
Still got Vucevic starting at center. That don't give me that wouldn't give me no type of hope.
No,
because Vucevic, that's an all-you-can-eat buffet down there when it comes to defense. Like he don't got no defense at all.
Nah, I'm looking down here, right? Oh, that must stand for limited playing time. So, yeah, Kenneth Lofton Jr., who actually, whenever he plays, he get busy.
Is he gonna be like? Is he gonna fall into that politics trap?
Maybe, I don't know, because Kenneth Lofton, I don't care how heavy he is, he get busy.
He get busy.
So we can.
Oh, and I seen something that Lonzo Ball is expected to play this year.
I seen the presser.
So if Lonzo Ball plays,
he's not gonna start. He got to come off the bench. So I mean, he's not gonna get. They was talking about limited minutes and all that. So he gonna stay down there for a while until they show. Because if he show he can do something, then that's just somebody got to get traded. I mean, because you kind of log jam back here,
right,
at the point guard position with Kobe White, Josh Giddey, and Lonzo. Something got to shake here. So I'm thinking Lonzo should be on the block. Zach LaVine should be on the block because his attitude and he just give the team to Josh Giddey and just rebuild and have Josh Giddey be our guy.
And I don't think Josh Giddey is good enough to say let's give him the team. But
I mean, what choice you got right now? You have no choice right now.
I'll be moving LaVine and Kobe White.
I mean, look,
LaVine, Kobe White, and Vucevic. That package deal, right?
Bruh, you got a bunch of trade pieces over here. You got Kobe, Zach LaVine, Vucevic, Lonzo. I mean, Horton Tucker. I mean, you can get rid of all these dudes, man. Like I would keep.
They need to start from scratch. But the only bad thing about start from scratch is your scouting team need to be elite to find something that's coming out of these draft classes.
Look, I get it, but every team got to rebuild at some point. This team right here, it's like
it's wasted time.
You might be able to do a little something in the video game, but in real life,
wasted
no, sir.
time. This is wasted. Giddey is really the only keeper.
Yes,
and maybe Jalen Smith too, because they got him from Indiana.
Listen, I'm looking at everybody on here. I'm keeping Giddey. I'm gonna actually, if I was in control of this, listen, Kenneth Lofton getting some. It's gonna be Josh Giddey and Kenneth Lofton
team.
Yeah, and then the rest of this and I'm gonna let them two get busy. You know what I'm saying? To build some chemistry. That's what I would do. So no, they ain't going in the playoffs. So
they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going to the playoffs. All right, next team.
Cavs.
Cavaliers. Starting lineup: Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. Coming off the bench, some of the names that they got: Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, Georges Naeem, and I think that's still Tristan Thompson getting playing time right there.
He ain't retired yet?
No.
That's crazy. I mean, he ain't like. I mean, he don't do nothing, man. He's just like a body.
They was the 4th seed in the East with a 48-34 record, and they got Imani Bates on limited playing time.
For what though? That's the question.
Because he better than Max Strus and Karis LeVert.
Bruh, like listen, man. Like, is he listed as a 2 or a 1?
They got Imani Bates.
Yeah, 3. They got him at the 3.
They got him at the 3.
He needs to be in this rotation, dog. I mean, it's just they don't got no real point guard. They don't have a real point guard over here.
The problem with their roster is they don't, like you said, they don't got no real point guard, and it doesn't help that both players are small.
Yeah, Garland, I don't have a problem with Garland. Mitchell, his numbers don't tell the truth. I'm gonna just say that.
No, they don't.
27 points, okay. His numbers don't tell the truth.
Darius Garland in Orlando.
Man, you want everybody in Orlando, man.
Well, no, I'm saying him. I'm saying him specifically because there was some rumbling about him and Donovan Mitchell not playing well together.
I thought that was with the other guy. Oh no, it is Darius Garland. You're right. No, yeah, they had issues some sort. I don't know if it's issues, but
and one of the things that Orlando can desperately use is a guard that can shoot.
Who's your guard? We gonna get to them. Don't even worry about it. We gonna get to them.
We gonna get to them. You gonna find out. But a guard that can shoot would make life so much easier for Paolo. Because right now, well, we gonna get to them.
Yeah, we gonna get to them.
But these guys right here,
they need a point guard, bro. They not bad with what they got though. They just need a point guard.
Right.
To be honest.
Somebody that can facilitate.
Yeah, I mean, if
Draymond Green was over here playing with this.
Yeah, exactly. Sit Max Strus down. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? Like for Draymond, like they not a bad team. Like this is not garbage right here. You looking at
No, this is
you can
not
work with
bad at
this.
all.
You can work with this. They just need a point guard.
Now, why you fired JB Bickerstaff?
I heard it was him and Donovan Mitchell having problems. That's why I heard. I don't know how true it is, but that was the rumblings.
So, hey, look.
Which is corny to me because you ain't even know Cav in real life to be coming over here doing all that. But whatever, man. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever, man. They're gonna be back in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're gonna be back in the playoffs. They might be first round bounce outs again, depending on who they play. Because the way I feel right now, for Orlando to take them to 7 games with what Orlando had last year, where they was at last year, if they bump into each other again, or Orlando will beat them in a 7-game series. I feel. But that's just my personal opinion.
I can see that. I mean, Paolo's probably the best player on the floor. So
right. All right. Next team.
Dallas Mavericks. It's my
we already know they was in the finals.
Straight.
We already know that they was in the finals, so
they got some key pickups.
The biggest pickup was Klay Thompson.
Yeah, dark horse is Spencer Dinwiddie.
And I feel like Klay Thompson, I know this doesn't say it right now, but I feel like it's common sense that Klay Thompson is going to start at the 3. Whoever this Najee Marshall guy is, get comfortable on the bench.
Yeah, that's a lot of scoring back here. They're gonna be cold on the scoring tip.
You get a full season with PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, I was loving PJ Washington, Lively, and Gafford. I like them 3.
Yeah, Lively too.
I like them 3. They're not gonna be able to keep them all though. At some point, they're not gonna be able to.
Their window is that's the thing with professional sports, especially with basketball, since players move around so much, demanding trades or whatnot. Your window of winning is kind of small.
Yeah, they're gonna dock on this quick because one of them 3 will get paid. PJ Washington showed. I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, that little thing with that girl wore off him because that was hindering him, but he showed he can ball. Daniel Gafford showed some stuff. Lively was looking like what's dog name? Tyson Chandler. He plays like him. Yeah. I didn't know he was training him. He's training him. He plays just like him.
Maxey, now the one player that we didn't get a normal view of that's on this roster is Maxi Kleber.
We seen him a little bit. He was hurt though, right?
Yeah, he was hurt. So Maxi Kleber, he's another stretch forward that he'll make that outside shot and he'll fight for them rebounds down there. So
they straight. They straight.
Jason Kidd looking at this and he was like, I don't know if we need anything else.
No, they straight. I mean, I can see them. They in the playoffs, potentially finals.
I have to say this too. I have to say this too. Shout out to Dante Exum for working his way back into the league and improving and working on his game because he played some vital minutes and he made some big plays in the playoffs.
Dante Exum.
So, I mean, I personally was not a fan of him prior to, but after seeing what he did this year with them, how he played, he's better. And he's in the right spot, backing up somebody that already get heavy minutes.
Yeah, I respect it. He worked his way back. I respect all that. You can only respect it. You know what I'm saying? You can only respect that.
Now, since they made the finals last year, anything less than that would be a disappointment.
Yeah, depending on how it happens.
So, do you think they get back to the finals?
I expect finals, or I'm hoping like Kyrie. He's been reasonably healthy, but he ain't really like one of those guys to stay healthy. So I'm looking at Kyrie.
They finished 5th seed behind the Clippers, T-Wolves, Nuggets, and Thunder. So
they're gonna be better than the Clippers off rip, dog. Clippers going down. So they're going
be
down.
better than the Clippers, and they're gonna be better than the T-Wolves.
Yep. So with that happening, with T-Wolves potentially getting worse, Clippers, Kawhi got a knee surgery, something like that. So I don't even think he's gonna be available. Right. And all you got is Harden. Yeah, all right.
They don't got Paul George no more. But could this be the door opening for Ty Lue to start who he really wanted to start?
Yeah, but that don't mean you're gonna win.
Right.
We gonna get to them. Yeah, but the the Mavs, they straight, and they actually got better. Actually, they
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
get worse. They got better.
They
Klay
got
Thompson don't have to do much. He
right.
Luka and Kyrie. That's more that fits more than you think than people think because
Right.
them two get doubled a lot. You
Right.
Klay Thompson, you
See,
gonna have to ISO. You gonna have to single coverage these dudes.
right. Yeah. You're gonna have to single coverage them
Because if you double
you
them,
don't
you
want
got Klay right there.
yeah, and you know they gonna be looking for him.
Exactly. So you double Kyrie, Klay right there. You double Luka.
And
You know what I mean? Like, come
you
on.
got like the perfect bench coming up off of
Yeah.
this because Dinwiddie, Exum, Lively, Kleber.
Yeah, that was
Like the only other thing that they could probably use is a backup wing player.
that was a problem.
And I don't know if Najee Marshall is that. I mean, he's listed there, but I don't know if he is that. But the good thing is he has no pressure on him. So
Dallas is a problem.
Dallas is a
So
problem.
they are definitely contending. I'm gonna
they
say
could
this.
very
This
well
is a
be back.
contender. We probably could just say this. They're a contender. They contender.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying they contender.
All right, next team, Denver Nuggets.
Let's see. Let's load up real quick.
Their biggest acquisition in the offseason was getting Russell Westbrook. I feel like that slept on, and I feel like that's going to pay heavy dividends.
Definitely slept on because Jamal Murray.
He can't stay healthy.
Nope. And then Russell Westbrook. Listen, Russell Westbrook. People, they act like this dude didn't go to the finals, and he was like Russell Westbrook does play winning. Does he make all the right plays? No, but he does play winning basketball. He has a champion's mindset.
Right.
So
Now,
he's
the only
perfect
thing
over
that
here.
I don't agree with here, with they starting lineup, if I'm Denver, I'm taking that Chris Braun or whatever his name is. I'm sliding him to start at the 2.
They might, because I don't know who the Strawther person is. Who is that?
I have no idea. But to me, Braun, he looks like he needs more minutes. To me. They need better depth at the big man spot because I don't know if DeAndre Jordan can really play anymore, bro.
Najee is okay. PG got some minutes. I will flip that.
And then power forward, I mean, I can't say Dario Saric probably needs to be the backup to Aaron Gordon over Peyton Watson. I mean, I don't know who I can't say I really know much about Peyton Watson. But Denver was the number 2 seed last year.
Denver is top heavy. They one injury away from falling. They one injury away from sinking. That's all I'm gonna say.
And that's where Russell Westbrook coming in kind of keeps light at the end of the tunnel a little bit because most likely Jamal Murray's gonna get hurt.
Right, and he and Russell Westbrook doesn't have to. Jokic is gonna find him cutting. That's right. Best believe that.
Because
so
you already know, and Russell gonna do that.
Jokic gonna find him cutting. So
and Russ, playing that 6-man role. I mean,
you can probably get away with putting him at the 2 sometimes.
No doubt. But the only issue that comes with that is when it's time for him to sit down, one of them to sit down and get some rest, what's your plan? Because you really have no other good guard on your roster besides Murray and Westbrook.
They're just going to try to.
You're going to have to play a slow down game. And
either that or you got some trade pieces you could trade. And, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, can go on the block. You could probably get a little something for Najee because he's okay. You could probably make some moves here to get you another 2. You can probably do a little something to get you a little. You could, because some of these dudes, man, like you can do something to get you some type of 2 somewhere. I mean, it's not gonna hurt you.
Because Michael Porter Jr., Chris Braun, I feel like he need more minutes.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying, like, I mean,
So
you know, they can kind of shuffle some things around a little bit. Not the starting lineup, but
mhm,
they can make some moves with some depth, especially these guys with limited play time.
got
You
you.
can kind of, you know, but I wouldn't say they contenders. They just
Okay,
going in the playoffs. They
right.
playoffs.
All right. All right. So next team, the hometown squad, Detroit Pistons.
Uh,
All right. So right now, the way this is listed, they got K at the one, Malik Beasley. I didn't know that you guys got him in the offseason, but Malik Beasley still got Tim Hardaway Jr.,
hmm
Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren.
Look here, man. I seen the little press conference. We all like each other. I could care less about that. Like, to be honest, my man saying that on the podium, oh, everyone likes each other. That's the key. Listen, some of your best coworkers be the ones you can't stand because they're trying to get the job done. So I don't want to hear that mess. Look here, man.
Right.
Hey, I don't have a problem with Sasser. I do like Sasser.
So Sasser's the backup point. Ivy's the backup two.
I,
Asur Thompson backup three.
I don't mind
Isaiah
Malik
Stewart.
Beasley. I like him. Tim Hardaway, I'm looking at Tim Hardaway to have a good season this year because he got played last. Man, I don't know what he did to Jason Kidd, man. To
Yeah, I
not get no
don't know what he
clock.
did. This might
Uh,
be one of those situations, kind of like what my man's that was coaching Boston. Um,
oh yeah,
this might be one of them
yeah.
kind of situations.
Yeah, Ime joint. I don't know, maybe because I
Like
don't know how he not Tim
how do
Hardaway
you
is not a guy who don't get that gets 0 minutes. He Tim Hardaway is good. He's good,
right,
and you could have
right.
used him in the final. So Detroit, I definitely, yeah, I'm glad. I kind of like that pickup, and with the Sir Thompson being with the blood clots because they say he's not going to exactly be available.
Yeah,
Um, because them clots. So I don't know. I'm just gonna write him off right now. Not saying
right.
I'm just write him off. But Tim Hardaway, I like that. Tobias Harris, I don't get that. But
I
Jalen
don't know
Duren,
what Ron Holland gonna bring to this team.
we weak at the center position. My goodness, Jalen Duren, Paul Reed. I'm not gonna say I'm familiar
Look,
with that cat.
please, if
Yeah.
Charlotte is serious about what they put here, go get Mark Williams.
Oh yeah, I definitely take him. Oh man, I definitely take him. No problems taking him, man. I don't
I
get this Tobias
almost like
Harris signing, dog. I don't know why we did that.
Oh, yeah.
But
But
what?
anyways, the good thing about the Pistons, they can only go up.
I give Ron Holland a shot. I don't think my eyes said he wasn't really like that, but I'm gonna give him a shot to see what's up. I'm gonna give him a shot. Let me
Right.
see what you can do, man, because I need to, at this point with Detroit, I need to see who won it and what folks can do because first of all, I'm not saying we ain't no playoffs. First of all, the Pistons mission this year is to shut up Jalen Brown. Okay,
Mhm.
that right there, that should be a wake up call to the whole organization, the coaching staff and all. He basically called all y'all out, like y'all soft, weak, and everything. So y'all should take that as the whole league view y'all like this. And hey,
I mean, you was the worst team in the league, so
the whole league view y'all like this. So Cade Cunningham, my thing with Cade,
and I still stand on what I said. Even though they record said that they was the worst, I still feel like really Washington was the worst team in the league. But
look,
you're
man, like
fighting for first.
at this don't even matter.
Yeah,
At this point, like JB Bickerstaff, hopefully that's a good change. Cade, I'm looking at Cade like, look here, man. You was #1 draft pick. You was allegedly compared to Grant Hill, of all people. Grant Hill. I don't think people realize how cold Grant Hill was.
well, people do that just because the first person that they think of with that size frame and everything like that.
But he don't play nothing like Grant. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, but with your projection and with Jalen Brown talking crazy, you're supposed to be at this point better than both of them dudes at this point right now in your career. You are supposed to be. You're not though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
What is
looking
it?
at
This is
you.
this is what year 4 for him?
Yeah, man. He's supposed to be Because Grant Hill came
Was
in
it
the
like
league.
2 years down the drain, 2 years wasted and going down the drain?
Something crazy like that. Grant Hill came in the game doing dirt. He came in doing dirt.
Right.
Didn't he get co-rookie of the year with Jason Kidd? He came in doing dirt.
Mm-hmm.
He was recognized as that guy off rip. So Cade isn't. So, but the thing is, you're supposed to be better than the guy who's talking crazy about your team. You're supposed to be one of the best players in the league, actually. So I'm looking at Cade Cunningham. At this point, I'm not caring about wins, losses. I'm looking at you to see what you do and how you turn up. And I'm looking at Tim Hardaway. I'm looking at them two guys to see what happens. We ain't going into the playoffs. I just don't expect us to be at the bottom. That's all I'm gonna say.
They had a better chance of making the playoffs had they would have kept that original team from before when they had Marvin Bagley. And then they had Wiseman over there too.
Yep.
They had big man depth with that squad. This roster looks like we're changing our ways to try to match with what the rest of the league is doing.
I don't like this roster. I'm gonna be honest. So I mean, I don't expect all the way at the end. I expect people to have some heart and grow up here. I expect JB Bickerstaff to kind of try just to show if JB Bickerstaff a good coach or not. So we're gonna see. Everybody is on trial right now. So everybody on trial. I don't expect us to win only 14 games.
Right.
So
if that happens again, then it might need to be a complete flush.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So yeah, that's about it. I don't see 14, but it's not no playoffs though.
All right, then. So next team, Golden State Warriors. Play-in team that didn't make the playoffs.
Let's see. Steph gonna be Steph. This is the starting lineup. Steph, Melton. You like him?
No, Wiggins. Not Melton. I mean, well, he's solid backup. He's solid for backup.
When they get Buddy Hield?
I think that was this offseason.
Okay. I guess that's supposed to be the Clay replacement. All right. Draymond Green, Wiggins.
Yeah, they got him this season. They got Slow Mo this season, which is he. It.
With them, that's the wrong team. All right.
That's the wrong team for him to go to.
I mean, he might do a little something. I mean, the Warriors don't
first
look
of all,
that good,
their offense is all about movement and being fast and whatnot. Like he don't fit that. And then I don't know.
Eyes looking at this.
Slow Mo should have stayed in Memphis or should have stayed in Minnesota. But this right here was not the move.
I'm looking at this roster. I'm like, man, he ain't really that good.
It's just a whole bunch of shooters.
They're not really that good like that, dog.
Podozemski was the first round pick from a couple years ago that can shoot from the perimeter that they supposed to be trying to get him more involved this year. We already know Buddy Hield can shoot. Andrew Wiggins.
You gonna have a field day scoring on them.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at this like, oh man, this is a field day.
The one that I want off of this team on a different team is Kuminga, because Kuminga don't fit this style of play neither.
What about Kayvon Looney?
Kayvon Looney, he's productive for them with fighting for rebounds and stuff like that. Like I can't say that Kayvon Looney hasn't had his moments with this team in big games.
He'd be a target for some big men too. If I'm a team, like man, try to get Kayvon Looney.
I don't know, but this right here, I mean, look, they're gonna be missing the playoffs again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they're not no good team, dog. Like to be honest with you,
I mean, there's going if they trying to maximize Steph Curry. If they trying to maximize whatever window that they got left with Steph Curry, this ain't going to stay the same by the trade deadline.
What window? Dog, that window closed.
Well, in their mind, they feel as long as Steph Curry is still being able to run around, shoot threes and stuff like that, they can contend.
No. You need a squad around Steph Curry. You can't just shoot threes with Steph. Like, bro, no, this team not good, man. Okay.
No, it's not.
Andrew Wiggins got mental problems, so you might as well just kind of X him off.
Kaminga,
Draymond Green,
I mean, like
I would
technically,
be trading him. I would
Draymond.
be trading. Listen, Draymond got to go. I take him in the trade. Draymond got to go. He doesn't do anything for them anymore except cause problems.
I'll trade Draymond to get. I'll trade Tobias Harris for Draymond.
Quickly, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on over here, and because he will serve a purpose at this point. Draymond Green is already certified. Well, is he Hall of Fame?
I think so.
We gonna say maybe he probably not first ballot, but he probably Hall of Fame. So Draymond Green certified.
I think so.
So he's certified. Come home. I he can get traded, man. Like Steph, that's pretty much up to him. The Warriors not giving him up unless he asks to.
Right.
So, but if I'm Steph,
he probably gonna do like the OG stuff. I'm gonna stay good to the franchise that was good to me, and I'm gonna stay here.
Probably because they held him down. He was getting on the injuries and stuff. So
I mean, like I don't see why he would want to leave. Honestly, I don't see why he would sign off on Draymond Green leaving. I would think he would want to be teammates with him for the career.
I definitely understand that, but it's like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm Steph Curry and I'm looking at this roster, I'm saying, look, we can trade Kuminga because I know he looks like he could be good with a different system, but our system, we want shooters. We want guys that's gonna. We need a 3-and-D guy. That's what we need. We need a 3-and-D.
What guy is that in the NBA right now?
Off the top of my head, what guy is that? That's available?
Yes.
That's available. OG Anunoby is 3-and-D. I don't know if he's huh?
Knicks not giving him up.
Let me see here. I don't know if he classifies as 3-and-D, but I don't think Milwaukee would give him up neither. But they could. This is a roster where Chris Middleton can like.
They might give him up.
Yeah, to get a younger player like Kuminga or somebody like that. I'm not sure. Let me see. It's really slim pickings, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I don't really. Let me see here. Let me have this all the way in front of me. This might be a team that would make a trade for Zach LaVine. I know he ain't no defensive player, but this might be a team that can be in play for Zach LaVine.
To do what?
Based on this roster, he would be starting at the 2.
And do what? What he gonna do over here? You get a couple highlights, but I mean, you gonna win with him? You gonna be in the same position, right?
Depends on what you got to give up, which is for them. Like, if I'm Chicago and I'm trading that, I'm gonna need Kuminga. I'm gonna need Podziemski. Everybody else you can keep and probably throw a draft pick in there or so, and we got a deal. You know.
You don't want Peyton?
Not at this point, because like Peyton ain't young. Like we got to remember Peyton was in the league for a while before he got his minutes with the Warriors.
Oh yeah, you right, he was.
So like he ain't like Let me see. Nobody there. Um, I don't know. Like
The
my
Warriors.
last shot in the dark with that would be trading to get Brandon Ingram off of the Pelicans.
To do what?
Listen to
Freeze up.
Draymond. Draymond poke. I'll be like, Draymond, poke the bear. Okay? If he has a bear in him, poke the bear, Draymond.
Brandon Ingram, he another guy. We gonna get to him too, man.
We
He
gonna
another
get to
guy
him.
that made me look like a fool.
Yeah.
But the Warriors, this
They
is
might
pretty
be
much
another
just gonna be the
play-in
Steph show. This is gonna be the Steph show. That's
They
all.
might not. I mean, honestly, they might not be a play-in team because Memphis is gonna be back in the picture again. This next team that we about to talk about, which is, let's just go ahead and move on to the next team because this next team that we about to talk about,
hit them Rockets.
Houston Rockets. You see that starting lineup? That's solid all the way through.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they all right.
They solid all the way through.
Is that a holiday?
Yeah, that's another one of the holidays.
I think I seen stuff on him, man.
But but they all old though. They all old.
All of them?
All of them.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking something. Van Vliet, a champion.
Okay. And Jabari Smith Jr. He is a 3-and-D guy if he was available.
Jabari Smith, nice though.
Yeah, Jabari. I don't see why they would give up him. And not to mention, they got Steven Adams over there backing up center.
Why he got limited play time? Was he hurt?
Probably because if he's healthy, he's in there.
And he all the way up there. He backing up Sengun.
Right, and then you got Jeff Green over there. I don't know what he got left in the tank, but that's not a bad option.
Jeff Green, he's solid. We question that every year, and he still be doing his thing. So I'm gonna assume he got whatever he got in the tank there. You know what I mean?
And not to mention, this was Udoka's first year with this team.
Hold on, what? Here. You want this? Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
this was Udoka's first year with this team.
And
they finished just outside the play-in.
Yeah, they should be in the playoffs. Maybe they should be in the playoffs.
The only way that I can see this being messed up is if Dylan Brooks, does normal Dylan Brooks talking stuff that is unnecessary.
I mean, look, they kind of cold. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like Fred VanVleet, Green. I like Green. I'd rather have Green over Cade at this point. Cam Whitmore, you can argue Cam the start of a Dylan Brooks. You can argue that.
I mean, Dylan Brooks is the shenanigans guy.
Yeah, but Cam Whitmore, you can argue. But I understand like the screws in the machine here. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You know what I mean? So I get it. Amen Thompson, he's the better Thompson from what I understand anyway. So and then Sengun, that's your guy. He is cold.
Jabari Smith
they got a nice
coming
bench.
Off the bench.
They got a nice bench, so they got a nice bench. Yeah, they solid. They should definitely. And then Reed Shepherd, we ain't mention him. Reed Shepherd.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Reed Shepherd. I forgot.
Reed Shepherd.
Reed Shepherd. Oh boy, man. Look, Houston, man. Because this is the perfect slot for him right here.
Yeah, he backing up too. Backing up Jalen Green. He getting about 20 minutes.
Reed Shepherd, man. Look, Houston.
They gonna surprise some people. That might be the surprise team of the year.
Playoffs, easy.
Oh, they should definitely be in the playoffs. I mean, I see first round exit. I can see them scaring somebody in the first round.
Oh, Wifey sending me a text. Remember, Maxwell is next Friday. The Maxwell concert.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. All right. But yeah, Reed Shepherd over here. he got all the distraction around him for everybody to forget about him.
Dog,
And then he'll just, like, because I mean, out of the players that I seen, him and Connect.
That should be rookie of the year race.
Yeah.
If done right. That should be rookie of the year race right there. Because with this team, yeah, and it's not really many. I mean, you got dudes that could do some things, but I don't see no pure shooters over here. Reed Shepherd's a pure shooter.
Exactly.
So
I mean, like, everybody pretty much is good enough to where they can knock it down if you leave them open. Like, maybe Reed and Jabari Smith is probably the best shooters on this team, but Reed by a long shot.
Yeah, he should definitely. If Udoka is smart, which I think he is,
gonna be this ain't bad, man. Like I'm not saying that they top 4
of the West.
I'm not saying that they top 4 because you still got the Thunder to worry about. You got the Mavericks to worry about. The Kings, we gonna get to them, but with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, I feel like that does something for them. I expect Memphis to be back in the conversation. Depending on how this Randle trade works out, Minnesota can be still in this conversation. The Nuggets, we seen Jokic be number 2 in the West with a worse roster.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that they top 4, but they can be 5 or 6.
No, they're going to the playoffs. They definitely in the playoffs. That's not no ifs, ands, buts, maybes about that. They're in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But, like, Reed Shepherd gonna get off. He might listen on that team.
Depending on how much minutes he get.
That he might get. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go on them and say if they do what they supposed to do, that's rookie of the year.
Okay. And I can't argue with you there because I mean, after looking at Ron Holland and then going to him, I'm like,
yeah, that's rookie of the year. If they do what they supposed to do and actually give him some minutes, that's rookie of the year.
Right. Oh, that's who we didn't think about with Atlanta. They got the
my man,
whatever guy,
the 7'1" guy. Yeah.
I don't think he makes a difference in the outcome that we talked about.
Nah, but if we'll see, I don't know with him.
We gotta see.
The only 2 people I've seen that I think is legit is Reed Shepherd and Kenneth, dog. Them the only 2 I've seen out of all of them. So
exactly.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, we expecting big things from Houston. All right.
Rockets in the playoffs. I'm not saying contending. They playoffs and they'll scare somebody in the first round 100%.
Right. And depending on the matchup, they might get that boy. Because I mean, I get Jokic might do better in the regular season, but if it's a Houston versus Denver matchup in the first round, my money's gonna be on Houston.
Exactly.
So anyway, Pacers. It's another team that they was the surprise team to some people.
Definitely surprised me.
I felt like Halliburton was the best point guard in the league.
And I think that Pascal trade did more than people like to admit.
For real. It did. It did because it gave him somebody else to play with.
So, because they wouldn't have got as far as it got without Pascal.
Not at all.
So, and Pascal did play on the championship team too. So, he do know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pascal, he is a champion. So, he did go the course with this. I mean, they all right. And they're a big team too.
They a big team, and they got some depth at the guard spot. I like TJ McConnell at backup point guard.
Yeah, I like him, yeah.
Nembhard had a good playoffs. Mathurin is going to be back, though. If Mathurin can stay healthy the whole time, that changes. They night and day different team.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Naismith is solid. Miles Turner, I I wish he can grab more rebounds.
He should grab more rebounds. There ain't no,
I mean,
you
come
know what I
on,
mean?
dog.
He should.
Like,
There's no reason why he can't. Miles, that's his only problem. He can block shots, all that.
yeah,
Score. He just
yeah. I
don't
mean,
grab rebounds.
hey, but hey, look, let him mess around. You see who the backup is?
Look, man, Wiseman, I'm very irritated because Wiseman, I see Wiseman in person. It's a big
Because
dude.
at this point in time, if I'm Rick Carlisle and I'm looking at Miles Turner, like I'm getting some production out of you, but give me a reason to give him more minutes.
Would you trade Miles Turner?
Not right now, no. Not right now.
But he's tradable to you.
Yes, he is. He is tradable for me. He is tradable. He is tradable, but you got to give me something that I can't say no to. Because the reason why I say that is it's not because I think the world of Miles Turner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about chemistry and whatnot with the team right now. And right now, we kind of running like a well-oiled machine. Like we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, because you
Obi
can
Toppin is over there too.
You can still improve like that 3 spot there.
For real, you most definitely can.
So
how would you do it? Who would you go after? I'm not sure.
no, I don't know either, but I'm just saying, like,
You know who I would go after?
ooh,
I'll be hollering at the Clippers and be like, yo, let me get Trey Mans.
for Miles Turner.
I don't know if I have to give up Miles Turner to get him because they got what's the name over there and they liking him.
Would you give Obi Toppin or something?
Zubac. I definitely give up Obi Toppin. I'll give up Obi Toppin if it means I get now. Not that I don't like Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, he's a solid backup. But as long as Pascal is there, I mean that's just the way I feel. I mean, but technically you don't have to break none of this up. You can go sign a free agent probably and get like. Let me see who's free agents.
They got the free agent list up in this. Okay, I see it right there. Let's see. Current free agents. Then they only got 8? Oh no, I'm thinking. Oh, that's the Pacers free agents. I'm tripping. I'm about to say, what the heck? Entire NBA. Let's see.
Okay, so right now, free agents at the 3 spot. Gordon Hayward.
Man, you can sign him.
Yeah, sign him. You can sign him. I don't know how much Jay Crowder got left. I can't believe Dennis Smith Jr. is still a free agent.
He ain't getting back in the league, bro.
He was back in the league last year. He was on Brooklyn.
Did he get clocked?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Either way, like for real, like or Orlando, wake up, go get him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We desperately need a guard. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else that can dribble the ball up the court instead of having Paolo and all them other guys do it. But shoot, I'm not the biggest fan of this player, but if I was them, I would even entertain the Evan Fournier.
What's wrong with Evan Fournier?
He got that Julius Randle syndrome.
Do he?
When he was on Orlando, he did.
That was years ago, man.
Hey. I said that mainly because Rick Carlisle coaching, I feel like this would be could be a really underrated signing.
Technically, with the Pacers, you could say they're contending due to where they landed last year.
Yeah.
So they definitely in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely with ease.
Are they contending?
I'm not sure. I need to see them. Um, because last year they first round they beat a wounded Bucks team,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the second round they beat the Knicks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they bumped into the Celtics. Um, I think they can beat those. I think they can beat the Knicks again. Like Cat don't scare me at all.
Nah, he
I
scares no
I
one.
I think I think the Pacers can beat the Knicks again. I want to see if they can beat a healthy Bucks team because I think schematically they can still do it. You know.
No, I think they can. I think they can do it.
So I mean, at the end of the day, the question for them is, if you happen to bump into Philly, can you beat Philly?
Philly, I think people overrating that team.
They might be, but Philly got depth. Philly got the one unguardable player in the league.
He guards himself, so he's guarding.
Right, right. And Maxey, well, we gonna get to them, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Indiana, they playoffs 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Questionable if they're contending, but they're definitely in the playoffs. They're not bottom feed and nothing like that. So
right. Next team, the Clippers.
yep.
I don't know if they making the playoffs, dog.
Well, looking at this, first of all, Kawhi is not.
He's not gonna be there.
He's not gonna be there. Derrick Jones, he wild and leaving the Mavericks, but I mean, we got.
He ain't good like that. Anyway.
We got Clay for him, so that's an upgrade. Not we, but Dallas. Norman Powell is okay, man. He think he better than what he is for real. James Harden, they about to be getting cooked.
Yeah, they
getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie.
For them to stand their best chance, T. Lue need to like flip a couple of these spots. Like
Mo Bamba, alright though. I like Mo Bamba.
Bamba,
wasn't he with y'all?
Bamba, we never. I mean, Bamba. I say this about his stint with Orlando. When he was on Orlando, when him and my man's that missed like 3 years.
What the guy with the goggles?
Not the goggles. I got his face in my head.
Right? I know you're talking about. Did we see him at the game we went? Wasn't he playing? I know you're talking about, dog. I know you're talking about.
But anyway, when them two played, defense was impeccable. Like you couldn't get nothing inside the painted area because they both were sending shots.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, offensively, Mo Bamba has brought nothing to the table.
No, you're right. I'm just saying though, like
he don't really rebound the ball.
Yeah, I mean he probably better off as backup, but I still keep him on my roster.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like I would, but I mean,
I don't know if they make the playoffs, dog.
They're not making the playoffs. I mean, that's we didn't solidified that. James Harden, he gonna probably average high 20s because like you know what I mean. He gonna average high 20s. He gonna have hollow points like he always have.
Zubac, I mean, he's got solid numbers right there. I feel like those numbers is gonna take a rise without having Kawhi and without having Paul George there. I feel like his numbers is gonna go up some.
Zubac is the same as my man's from the Bulls,
Vucevic,
and my man for the Suns.
Them two,
you know what I'm saying?
The only difference between them two is that Zubac, he don't got no 3-point game.
Yeah, but he don't need to be out there shooting it no way.
Right. So I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah,
That's one thing that Vucevic can do. He
man,
can
put a
make.
fork in these dudes, man.
Yeah. Look,
They
and
ain't
I
going
don't
on.
know, like, if you was to have a bright spot, it would be from Terrence Mann, and in my case, I would say Bones
Can I get
Hyland.
a trade if I'm Terrence, man? Can you trade? Like,
Right.
can I get a trade? Like, can
Right.
I leave?
Yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I'm
look,
saying? Like, we
yeah,
about to be
like
getting
I
look.
don't want to be here.
James
Like
Harden, I passing him the rock, fam.
no, not at all. And they was the fourth seed in the West. They was
Brother,
they was fourth seed in the West. They about to drop all the way out.
yeah, well, Paul George is doing a little something. I mean,
Look,
he's whatever. But if I'm Terrence Mann, yo, can I get traded?
right.
Please. Like, cause they in the same situation the Bulls in.
Right.
The exact same. So
Right.
you got some nice looking names on here, but if you don't know what's going on and you look at this team, you're like, oh, they're all right.
They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. All right, next team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Playoffs. Yeah, they making the playoffs. I mean, I don't. Last
You
year,
sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Why?
Last year, so this is another team that suffered some key losses to key role players that would have kind of flipped a whole lot of the outcomes that we seen last year. Like Gabe Vincent not being there, that hurt them. Cam Reddish not being there, that hurt them. Jared Vanderbilt being unhealthy, that hurt them. And Christian Wood, I don't know what was going on with him, but he done got on social media talking about next year he gonna be back, whatever that means.
Look,
I mean, this is a team that their role players being hurt them. And so now if they can stay healthy, they will be a different team. Then you add to that, they got Connect.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis. LeBron can't do it at this point.
Look,
He can't drag these cats in the playoffs. Anthony Davis, I have the more the years go by,
the more you lose,
the more
faith.
fragile he gets.
Right. But I'm just saying, I feel like they a playoff team. I'm not saying they a contender. I'm not saying that they top four. I'm saying that they like 7 or 8. 7 or 8 playoff team. They might.
Rockets better than them, dog.
Yeah, but I see the Rockets being like 5 or 6 in the West.
You could say the Wolves. All that. I mean, these cats, man. Nah,
The Wolves.
man,
Are you sure that the Wolves better than them now?
I mean,
are you sure about that? I mean, can you say that with confidence? I mean, I'm saying though. I mean, like, look. Austin, I mean, look.
Man.
Okay, so they starting lineup: D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis.
What? Ooh, I'm scared. I'm scared now.
That's better than the Look,
dog. These cats. Look, man.
Now, here's the thing with them too. JJ Redick being the head coach.
Y'all think this is about to work?
I see this. I mean, look, this is a playoff roster right here.
No, it's not, man. Like,
this is a playoff roster.
No, it's not. There's not with JJ Redick at the head of it. No, man. No.
Well,
they're about to have problems, dude. Watch. They have
let's
problems.
just say this is going to be JJ Redick is on trial here.
Man.
JJ Redick is on trial. I'm surprised D'Angelo Russell is still on the team, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is.
I mean, who they gonna get? Like, is a point. Like, I mean, like, you gonna have to keep him. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, you could probably trade him to Cleveland and get Darius Garland if you want some size.
Yeah, you're right. But would the Cavs do that? Like, nah. But like, I mean,
they might. They might.
Austin
because
Reeves,
I mean, one thing D'Angelo Russell got more point guard in him than both Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
You right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, the Lakers, okay, D. Russell, we already seen he's inconsistent as they come. Austin Reeves, man, slide him to the side because he's a literal role player. That's what he are. That's what he is. Enough said about him. Rui Hachimura.
Austin Reeves can play though.
Gosh,
He can play.
Man.
He can play.
Listen,
I'm sorry. Look, if the
from
video
what I
footage
seen,
is not good enough for
from
you,
what
I
I
don't know what to
seen
tell
with
you.
Connect, from what I seen with
Connect gonna probably take Rui Hachimura's spot.
From what I seen with Connect, was his name is not on this. Oh, there he is, Dalton Connect.
Yeah.
He would have, if you let him off the leash, he will be more effective than Austin Reeves, man. Give him some time.
That you're wrong. Because
Like,
he's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but
he's supposed to be.
Rui Hachimura is supposed to be like he's supposed to be like Horace Grant. He gives me Horace Grant vibes.
Yeah,
which
but he ain't
means
big like Horace Grant.
You're right, but I'm just saying, like, you know, in today's game, he could be a Horace Grant in today's game. But LeBron and them can't do. I mean, listen, folks, LeBron James is 40. Or about to be.
Right.
He's 40.
Look.
Bro, like, the Lakers is not on the, with the names. Oh, the names are, yeah, but D'Angelo Russell, he's past his prime. LeBron James past his prime. I don't care what the numbers look like. If you look at LeBron James play now, even in the Olympics, and go back and look at some Miami Heat stuff, completely different players here. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but still highly effective, and still the team still relies on. Like,
And they was not in the playoffs.
I don't.
Was they in the playoffs?
Say what now?
Was they in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, they was in the playoffs.
Where they get bounced at?
The first round.
All right, so therefore, still.
I just said that they a playoff team. I don't think that they are a contender at all. I think.
How long you think LeBron gonna be able to keep doing this with them, dragging them along? How long you think it's gonna happen?
Personally, I feel like if all they role players is healthy, LeBron shouldn't have to play them heavy minutes. Because what you get, because what you gonna get from Christian Wood with minutes, what you gonna get from Jared Vanderbilt with minutes, what you gonna get from Gabe Vincent with minutes, what you gonna get from Cam Reddish with minutes. All of these players are key players.
And they gonna do what in the West?
Like I said, 7 or 8.
Without LeBron on the floor leading them, and you got rookie JJ
No.
Redick.
I'm not saying that LeBron won't be on the floor. I'm saying he won't be playing 38 minutes.
How is this gonna work with JJ Redick? No coaching experience at all. Man, when them lights hit him, it's gonna be a lot different. It's gonna be a whole lot different.
Like I said, that's the one that's on trial. JJ Redick is on trial, so I don't know. But we had everybody. All the insiders to the NBA have all the respect in the world for JJ Redick. They all swear that he's gonna be a good coach or whatnot. Now's the time for them. Now's his opportunity to prove it. He got to prove it. I don't know. I'm not saying that they is or that they ain't. I'm just saying that this is a playoff team.
You say playoffs, I say not. So I mean, you know, I guess we gonna see. We gonna revisit this in the playoffs. And we gonna see if these cats in the playoffs. I don't believe LeBron or AD staying healthy. I'm gonna keep a gangster with you.
Hey, look, you might be very true there. So if both of them go down, there go they.
Bronny might get some clock. Rookie of the year. Rookie of the year, Bronny James. What's that I'm saying? Like, only Memphis
Bronny
Grizzlies.
ain't getting no clock, man.
They said he playing the first night, man.
Anyway, moving on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Grizzlies.
They gonna be back up
now.
Grizzlies gonna be back. They getting Brandon Clark back healthy. Not having Steven Adams is gonna hurt a little bit.
But my man's Edie though.
But now we're gonna see what Edie do.
I think Edie gonna be all right in the NBA. I think NBA Edie will be fine. I start him over Jaren Jackson right now.
Well, first of all, Jaren Jackson wouldn't be at the 5. He'll be at the 4. And then Edey will be at the 5.
Because from what I seen from Edey, he did have a hook, a little hook move that. I'm like, okay, it's like automatic. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Like,
another
okay.
Canadian player though. Like Canadian players, I don't know what's missing with them, dog. Like
Heart. But like I think Edey will be all right. I mean, with this
they
team,
got Scottie Pippen Jr. over there.
what does that mean? What's that mean? See him.
Would you start him over? I mean, well, not start him, but would you have his rotational minutes over Conchar?
Contra. I see what's up. I mean, it's not gonna hurt me.
They got that North Carolina kid too, Baycott.
I give him a shot.
Right.
I give him a shot.
But like ultimately, this team, they get their ace back, Ja. And if Ja has the same impact that he's always had, they back in the playoffs.
They definitely should be in the playoffs. Ja's nice. Desmond Bane is underrated.
And annoying.
He can hoop though, man.
Right.
At least he not Dylan Brooks.
This is true. They got Marcus Smart over there. They got Luke Kennard.
He a shooter. But he passed out. He passed his prime though.
Marcus Smart might be the backup point guard, and Luke Kennard might be the backup too. I think they gonna remix this. Cause that coach, know what he doing.
Oh yeah, he they be kind of playing. They don't talk about him as one of the best coaches, but I think he is.
But like that coach know what he doing. So I see them getting back into the playoffs. Edey. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like I see Edey in this NBA when it's not being dumped down to the big man and they making the big man have to defend the perimeter. I feel like Edey gonna have a rough rookie year a little bit.
He is. Everybody gonna try to dunk on him. He's gonna have a hard time. But if I'm Edey, like I told you before, if I'm getting a guy like that, I'm like, okay, look, I know your limitations. That's fine. We gonna work on it. Cause I'm gonna need a year with him. You gonna do a lot of heavy lifting. I mean, I'm talking lifting because you can't run no way. So when I say lifting, you power lifting. And you about to work on post moves, and I'm teaching you run that shoulder and throats. That's what we doing. And then Zach Edey be a whole different dude. You know what I'm saying? By the time 2026 season starts. So if they play it like they should with Edey, because he's kind of soft. Listen, we about to be straight powerlifting, and we working on drills, throwing it to you down low, and all you go. And he don't even got to jump to dunk. Really.
He was seeing 6'6" dudes anchor and not have this dude get any movement in the paint.
Exactly. When you that size, people supposed to be scared to come near you.
Right. So I mean I don't know, but anyway, are they back to being top 4?
No, they playoffs though. I don't think they better than the Grizzlies. I mean the Rockets.
The Rockets.
No.
Not by how spread out that roster is. No. But Ja's impact is bigger than anybody's impact on the game.
Jalen Green can match you. Everything Ja Morant can do. Nah. Jalen Green can match all them high flying dunks. Do you not see Jalen Green?
No. I said impact. I said impact.
A lot of that impact be getting the crowd involved.
No. It's
with
more
Ja
than that
Morant.
with Ja. Is more than that with Ja, because Ja, like the way he attacks the paint on a consistent basis, finishing in traffic. Jalen Green don't finish in traffic like he do. And then,
are you sure about that?
1,000% sure. You have no video footage to show me this. Now, can Jalen Green athletically get with Ja Morant? Yeah, but there's something missing there still.
Bruh, like, listen, Ja Morant, he needs more help than this.
You're right, but that's where Desmond
because
Bane's
Ja Morant, this is the thing with Ja Morant. he don't play like a point guard.
Not a traditional one, no.
So
I mean, he's of this cloth of point guards that are really twos, but they pass still.
right, so yeah, he can do a little something, but at the end of the day, he don't play his position correct, which means when it's time, you're not gonna get over the hump that way.
I mean, well, that's not necessarily true because
you run into the wall every time.
Because Steph Curry don't play that position.
Draymond Green's the one. Who's their distributor here?
It has to be Ja. And
Exactly.
it's not that Ja doesn't do it at all. Like he gets good numbers. Like he gets his team involved. He knows where everybody at.
When the defense collapses on him, you have no choice but to pass.
You know how many players in the league can't do that? I'm just saying. Do you know how many players in the league can't do that?
Oh, like look, they're gonna hit a brick wall every time until they actually get a balanced team. So
I'm not saying it's wrong here.
The Grizzlies, Ja Morant needs to develop his point guard abilities.
He had enough time to do that.
He needs to develop his point guard abilities in order for them to get over the hump, or they need to get them
They need to get more talent.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, Ja Morant.
If Edie happens to work out, that might be the answer to the question.
Ja Morant is Derrick Rose.
They can still use a wing player.
Ja Morant is Derrick Rose, man. That's who he is.
Is he a better version than Derrick?
I wouldn't say that. Because I mean, no, he's not. But he's Derrick Rose, though.
Okay.
I'm not about. You think he better? You think he's better? You think he better than Derrick Rose?
He can challenge it. I think he can challenge it because doing what he's been doing in the West with this roster, and the roster that he's had, like he really hasn't had no legit players to play with.
So let's say this: they're sitting at the table together.
Derrick Rose, he had Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah, a young Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson, the young version of Taj Gibson.
He didn't have no shooters around him at all, really.
No.
And that's the Bulls' problem. The same exact problem I see with this is the problem I seen with Derrick Rose, and that's why I say that.
Well, actually, Memphis got more shooters than they do, though, because Desmond Bane is a shooter, Luke Kennard is a shooter.
You got to kick it to him. You got to find them.
They get their shots.
You know what I'm saying?
They get their shots.
You know what I mean, man? Like running that offense correctly to where you cannot be the score first guy. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to come second with it.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying I'd rather have that Bulls roster than this roster.
If you want to be real, that Bulls roster wasn't all that either.
I'd rather have that Bulls roster than this roster because you want to know why? Joakim Noah, he was more of a distributor than Derrick Rose was. He was the one that was getting...
And that's my point. It's always somebody else. Like, even when you're talking about Steph and them, you got Draymond who's a distributor.
Right, yeah. And,
you know what I'm saying?
And Joakim Noah, he plays smart. Jaren Jackson, he be having so many brain farts and he stay in foul trouble. I don't know what the deal with this guy is. Carlos Boozer, even though I'm not a Carlos Boozer fan like that, Carlos Boozer was nothing to play with down there.
What?
Like, when I say nothing to play with, I mean like with his size. Like he had the size to play this position. It's kind of like Carlos Boozer, and like he kind of makes me think of David West a little bit. Like,
oh, come on, man, chill.
Let's be real here. David West was not no top tier 4. He wasn't even tier 2. He was probably tier 3. In that era of power forwards, David West ain't nobody that you being like, oh snap, we got to deal with him tonight.
Listen, Chris Paul showed to have him looking that way. But, you know, it is what it
There
is.
you go. There's the answer to the question right there. Chris Paul had him looking that way. The same way he had Tyson Chandler looking like he was one of the best centers in the league.
I mean, he was looking that way with Dallas. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, he played a vital role to win that championship with Dallas.
Give me dudes that know how to play the game over the dudes that got all the ability that don't know how to play the game and have all these brain farts.
Hey, I agree with you with Jared Jackson. I agree. I would trade him. So you would trade him for Hornets?
Huh?
Would you trade him for my man for the Hornets? What, Mark Williams or something like that?
I would wait to see what I got in Edie first before I pull that trigger.
Really? So you wouldn't take Williams over Jared Jackson right now if they offered that? You will wait?
The only thing that holds me up from that is the can't believe I'm saying this, but I hate his shot, but he does contribute something on the offensive
end. Jared Jackson?
Yes. He does contribute something on the offensive end. I hate that I'm saying that, but the truth is the truth. Like I mean, you don't average 23 not being able to do anything, you know. So he gives me something on the offensive end, and you know when he plays, he blocks a lot of shots. Like he has a presence in the lane. So I can't say that he brings absolutely. It's just those stupid brain fart fouls that he does that messes up momentum and stuff like that. That's like freaking irks my nerves. And it's like he would now, not saying that he wouldn't be on the block, but for Mark Williams straight up, I would have to wait. Like, you got to give me somebody better. You got to give me something. Now, if you say I'll give you Mark Williams and you can get Bridges, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But with just Mark Williams straight up, nah, I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait. Like, depending on how my season is going, that might be a trade deadline move.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can respect that. Well, so that's playoffs. That's playoffs.
Yeah, they playoffs.
That's playoffs. Right.
The Heat. Does Spo finally got some players? Does he finally got some players?
This is the thing when you look at the Heat. You never know because Spo that cold with the coaching. I you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I could look at them and say absolutely no playoffs, but then again, they be Eastern Conference Finals, man. I just don't know. Like, I mean, I really can look at Miami and just say I don't know because that's what they do every time. You just don't know with them.
Right.
I don't know anybody who predicted them correctly yet.
Well, look, here's the bright spots for me. I'm a Jamie Jaquez fan. So
he cool.
So Jaquez was the bright spot for them last year. Jovic looks like he's finally getting minutes now, so we'll see what he turns into. The thing with the Heat, it's never about 1 through 3 with them. It's about 4 and 5 with them. They be too small, they can't defend, or something like that. It'd be something to that nature.
But they always overachieve, though.
Right. And so just because they got Spo, I feel like they just going to stay consistently a playoff team even with this. Tyler Hero, he's inconsistent too. I like Terry Rozier over there though. I do like Terry Rozier over there. Duncan Robinson, you've seen that he can have at times a what's my man's name?
He's a shooter. He's definitely a shooter.
He definitely a shooter. Like he can have his moments, man.
He's always gonna have a spot in the league as long as he's playing.
Alec Burks, I feel like he get disrespected a lot.
He can hoop.
Cause he's too good of a player to be bouncing around too many teams like this. Somebody need to be smart and be like, yo, we need to keep this.
maybe he don't gel well. You never know with these things. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, but Alec Burks, he pretty good to me. They got,
They
I
got
mean,
they
they
got players
team
at the
not
guard spot.
bad. It's just they undersized. They undersized.
And it's just at the center's position, really, because with the way they play the game now, they big enough to really guard the four, but the five is where the issue is at. They got power forwards playing five. They got a small forward playing starting five.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I look at
They'll
the
be
Heat,
back in the
man.
playoffs.
Yeah, that's playoffs, man. They playoffs. There ain't really much to go on with them. That's playoffs. As long as Spo there, he
Mm-hmm.
almost taking any team to the playoffs. To be honest,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
It seems that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
It
Let's
seems
hit
that
these
way.
Bucks.
The Bucks. All right. So the
Uh,
Bucks, they was the number 3 team in the East.
hmm
Um, they fired their coach.
Out of pocket, out of pocket. But whatever, because Giannis,
Now Doc Rivers is there.
um,
Giannis still has no real post moves. He just roaring his way to the basket.
he's Russell Westbrook at the floor. That's who he is.
That's exactly who he is.
Um,
Damian Lillard there, Chris Middleton there, Gary Trent Jr. I feel like that's a solid piece. I can't stand Bobby Portis. Um, they go. I mean, they almost like the Knicks last year, man. Like they need to like they relying too much on the guys that start. Like Torian Prince, I mean, he had his opportunity last year to do something with the Lakers, and they was giving him the rock too, and he
too
wasn't
much.
producing.
They was giving it to him too much. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
all
So I
them
mean,
brick threes, dog. He was wilding. Like,
exactly,
I'm like, dog.
exactly,
But
exactly. So he had his opportunity. He showed me that he ain't ready for none of them lights. Um, Brooke Lopez.
he long in the tooth, man.
Right. So I
Um,
mean,
I'll be trying to trade for somebody to start over him and put him on the bench.
there you go,
That's what
Mark
I'll be
Williams.
trying to do.
Mark Williams, right here. This is prime real estate landing spot right here. Mark
hmm
Williams, right here. Come right here.
Would you
Um,
trade Porter's for
heck yeah.
him?
I'd rather keep Brook than Portis.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just saying you bring in you get a Mark Williams and you move Brooke Lopez to the bench. I'm quite sure he'll understand that at this point. And then you put Mark Williams there. He still gets some minutes here. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? But because Brooke Lopez, I mean, personally, I mean, I'm not saying he's not good or nothing, but I think that he's okay. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
his best
My
year,
opinion.
his best years is way behind him because the best year that he had was when he was on the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, both the Lopez, Robin, Brooke. I used to watch them in college when they played on the same team. So I mean, they to me they was always pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's
Robin
still in
is
the game for a minute, huh?
Robin is more defensive minded.
Yeah,
Brooke is like, I can give you some offense and occasionally block a shot.
yeah. Like I mean, he was still in he was still his position for a while. I mean, he
At the end of the day, this team is relying on 3 players.
technically off GP with the coach they have and the stars. Well, the 2 stars they do have. You're supposed to be like, oh, contending. I don't see contending. I say playoffs.
They not contending at all because
I say playoffs.
the only player that is worthy of being like, oh yeah, we got him, we can contend, is Giannis. Dame don't play winning basketball, don't play defense.
Mm, mm.
Like I mean, what more do we need to see? Like we we look, we know you can shoot. We know he can shoot. We know this. But you can't guard nobody. And you playing in a league that is guard rich.
Is
Like
Damian Lillard overrated guard to you? Is he
depends on where
overrated?
you it depends on where you want to rate him.
Nah,
Because
I mean, is he a tier 2 or tier 1 guard? Because I look at a guy like Anthony Davis, I say he a tier 2 4. Because I look at the great power forwards, I'm looking at Kevin Garnett and all them guys, Chris Webber and guys like that, Tim Duncan, and I don't put Anthony Davis in that sector. I put him in tier 2.
he was almost there. If he would have stayed the way he was when he was on the Pelicans, if he would have stayed there and actually developed some moves, because that's the thing with Anthony Davis too. What is his move?
Exactly.
What is his move? He ain't got no move.
Exactly. So when you look at Dame, I mean, he got, but it's like Dame.
Dame got all the scoring that you want. He got all the scoring that you want. But
J.R. Smith got that too.
Yeah, but he's not to the level of Dame. Dame is like Steph Curry without Draymond.
Is he?
Think about it. Steph Curry without Draymond. And not as nice handles. Because Steph Curry ain't no facilitator.
So Dame tier 1 to you? Or is he tier 2?
Neither one of them play defense. So if the offensive level between them two, right?
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, let's say Steph Curry's offensive level is a 10. With scoring, just only scoring involved.
And Dame Bella's probably like an 8.5.
Right, yeah. Dame is like at an 8. So he's like a poor man Steph Curry without Draymond.
I can see that. I mean, they're similar. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, Dame, I'm to this point to where it's like, well, Dame, you really ain't, like, I mean.
Like, right now, he's playing in a league where Halliburton's better than you.
Yes, I agree.
My man's on the Knicks, Brunson, he's playing better than you.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I know you don't want to say it, but it is what it is, man.
Oh, my gosh.
And not saying that these guys are more skilled than you. Not saying that these guys are more skilled than you, but they impact on the game is bigger than yours right now on a consistent basis. De'Aaron Fox is better than you.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So it's like right now, I'm kind of looking at you like Donovan Mitchell, man. Like,
I can see that being the case. They're about in the same class, in my opinion.
You're right. So,
in my opinion.
I mean, and not hating on them or anything. We know you can rain the threes, and when you get hot, it can be a little bit of a headache, a little bit. But every three you make, I can be just as confident that I'm gonna score on the next side of the ball when I get it. Just saying. I'm just saying. The only person on this team that strikes like legit fear in anybody is Giannis.
Does he really? He's shown he can be stopped.
Yeah, but you got to have a whole team involved to do that. You can't just put one dude out there and be like, all right, look, go stop him. For the most part, you can't. Like, some guys you can. Like, if, let's say, like, maybe like a healthy Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. It really might just be him. Other than that, Embiid can stop him, but we talking about two different positions. I was just trying to think of a four. I was just trying to think of four guys that can handle him.
Right.
Because the whole thing is to get Giannis to not be effective inside the paint. If he can, if you can make Giannis shoot more perimeter shots with that ugly jump shot that he got,
mm-hmm.
your game plan is succeeding.
They playoffs. They playoffs. The reason why I said maybe off GP look at them as contenders just because of the names, but I don't believe they're contending. I I do believe playoffs, probably second round exit.
I don't think they playoffs. They might be first round exit depending on who they bump into.
I can agree with that.
Depending on who they
So,
bump into.
so since we got a lot left, so we gonna have to what we gonna do with this bottom half? We gonna break down the Magic as a squad. We gonna just straight say if they playoffs or not. How about that? But we still got a big chunk left.
Yeah, we got a chunk left.
Yeah. So
All right, so Minnesota.
that's they playoffs. They playoffs.
Playoffs. They have no other player that's going to be like standoutish. Obviously, we're going to be looking at it like, what is Julius Randle going to look like? And I guess the only other thing to look out for is, will Anthony Edwards make that next step to solidify everybody wanting to crown the Jordan stuff on him? So
I think that talk can die down at this point.
got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Pelicans.
Ooh, they're not going to the playoffs, bro. Mm-mm. They too all over the place with it.
They don't got Valanciunas no
You know what
more.
I'm saying? These at your center, dog. Yeah, they done. Put a fork in it. Nah.
DeJounte Murray over there too.
Nah.
Brandon Ingram.
You thought Brandon Ingram was mad before?
And look,
They're not going to the playoffs, bro. I don't care how much weight Zion lost. They're going to have to retool that roster. They need a point guard. They need a point guard bad, dog.
And they're gonna try to have DeJounte Murray do it because he puts up good numbers.
No, he's no point.
Right.
They done for. They're not going to the playoffs. They're gonna have. My man's might get fired too.
A Mark Williams destination. Willie Green. You talking about Willie Green?
Yep. I can see him getting fired.
But this is but like at the end of the day, his success is going to be predicated on Zion Williamson if he stay. That's the thing to watch out for here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Is Zion Williamson going to be healthy enough to play?
Nope. He lost all that weight and watch how bad he plays. It's going to be like how that Bron situation was when he lost all that weight. Because his style is based on weight. All right, so let's get.
We kind of already talked about the Knicks.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah, they definitely a playoffs, 100%. Probably contending.
Oklahoma City.
Contending.
You still think they contenders?
Bruh. Hold on, who was a point guard?
Exactly. They traded away Giddey. They traded away Giddey. They traded away Giddey for Alex Caruso. They playoffs. They definitely playoffs.
They playoffs, man. But man, they need a point.
They definitely playoffs.
They need a point guard.
Chet and Hartenstein. Then the Jalen Williams kid.
They
got a nice roster everywhere except the point guard.
They can fix that. They probably got to make a little move or something. You know what I'm saying? I think they can
Dennis
fix
Smith
that.
Jr.
Yeah, they can easily fix that problem. They can easily fix the problem.
Right.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and still say,
Contender?
if put in the situation they contend. That's still not no easy team to defeat.
No, it's not.
You're not about to go up in there and get no.
They lighten the behind though. If you think you're gonna get away with starting Chet.
No, they got to switch something up in this offseason, dog. So I would say, I'm saying playoffs 100%, depending on what happens, contender.
Got you.
Your squad, you know what I'm saying?
Orlando.
Break them down.
Playoffs again. We still desperate for a shooter. I do like the Contavious Caldwell Pope addition. I do like that. Anthony Black. Do you belong in the NBA or do you not?
Who is that dude?
He was our rookie point guard last year. He's like he huge too. He like 6'8".
Man, y'all don't want him?
Well, he need to show that he can play first.
How long did he play?
He's a rookie, so he wasn't getting like crazy minutes, but he was getting some playing time.
When you see, okay, how about this? Did you see flashes when he was playing?
No.
Oh man, okay, you didn't even show no flashes.
I personally didn't see no flashes or anything. I'm actually more excited about Jet Howard. Coming into this team because he's the shooter, Juwan Howard's son. Um,
Is he cold like that?
he can shoot like that.
Okay.
So that's one of the other things that we desperately need. I like Jalen Suggs. I just don't think he needs to be the starting point guard unless he steps up his like distributing game, because his defensive impact on the game, he can change a whole game. He ain't scared to guard nobody.
Probably why he's starting outside of who's over there. I mean,
Right.
you ain't gonna start Cole Anthony.
He ain't scared to guard nobody. I mean, you looking at a dude that's gonna dive and hustle for every little loose ball. You can't fall asleep with him.
That's what you want, though, right?
Right. Now the other thing, I want Wendell Carter Jr. off this team. Sorry.
Why?
Undersized. He get did all the time. No rim protection with him. He tried to develop a little bit of a 3-point shot. I mean, he can make it every now and then, but he ain't nobody that I'm relying on. Now, I like Goga Batadze. Goga Batadze right there.
Over Mo Wagner?
Yes, I personally, I like him more. He's more of that old school center stuff that right there. He's 7 foot. You seen him and you said that he make me think of Vlade Divac.
Oh.
That's what you said.
When did I see him? Did I see him live? Or was this on some highlights?
We was watching the game.
I mean, if I said it, that's what I said. So I'm if that's what came out of my mouth, man, that's what it was.
Look, Batadze, he's a 7-footer. He plays defense, and I think he has a little bit of offensive game in him too. So I feel like he need more minutes. I feel the same way about him that I felt about homeboy that I said earlier that need more minutes. Braun.
Yeah, I mean, if the way you broke down, I mean, I don't think Carter. I mean, I wouldn't. At minimum, I don't want him starting. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
If I said I'm trying to remember this, but if I said Vlade, 100% give him minutes. What you mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, ain't you 7'1"? You say 7'1"?
The other thing, the other part of this team is Cole Anthony. You need to figure out what you're gonna be in this league. Cause
you like him.
I did this past season. He disappointed me because he was highly inconsistent. I was looking for him to take that next step to kind of be like a Terry Rozier.
I thought he was gonna be like I was looking at him to be like a Jason Terry kind of guy. But you think a change of scenery is needed for him?
Maybe.
Because a lot of people are saying he should start, but I haven't heard that spoken of. Now
I don't see why he need to start. He need to show that he can be consistent for him to start. Starters need to be consistent.
So is he on the block for you?
Yeah, he would be on the block for me. Like I mean now he's kind of not because they re-signed him, but he can still be possibly. But he hasn't shown me enough for me to say he's a keeper.
So let me ask you this. This is if this brother is healthy. If he's healthy, 100% healthy, no issues. If the Bulls came at you like we give you Zoe for Cole Anthony, would you do it?
The Bulls, they said they'll give me who?
So.
Lonzo?
Yeah. If he's healthy.
For Cole Anthony?
Yeah.
I would do that. I'd get bigger at my guard spot, so now my team has got a bunch of size. Because Paolo and Franz Wagner, they already big.
Yeah.
And then I get my distributor. He can shoot. I'm taking that. I'll take that. I'll throw in Anthony Black. Go ahead, take this project. See what y'all can do.
No, don't get rid of him, man. No, you got to keep the 6'8" look, man. I'll go in the lab with him for a couple years, dog.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see what he can do this year. I mean, he was a rookie last year, so the playing time that he did get, it'll be good for him to know what it's like to be actually playing in the NBA. So
I hear these teams don't be liking to really take the time out to develop these guys like that.
Well, Orlando is one of those teams that we kind of have to develop players in
right.
order for it to be good.
But like you said, it depends if that dude want it. If you want it, you 6'8", man. Listen, man, you already got the size advantage over everybody.
Right. So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look him up. I gotta look into that guy because
All right, Philly.
okay, so Philly, that's definitely playoffs. We're not gonna play these games.
Definitely playoffs.
Probably contend. Let me glance at this real quick to see if they're contending off top. Kyle Lowry starting, son? Nah, he ain't starting. Reggie probably starting over now.
If Kyle Lowry is starting, they not contending.
Ain't Kyle Lowry? Kyle Lowry about 40 now, right? He close to
there.
it.
He up there. They got Reggie Jackson backing up. I don't know what that means.
Who's the one? Like, it's probably Tyrese Maxey that's gonna be the one.
Tyrese Maxey plays like a 2 though.
But when they having him at the 1?
They was putting him at the 1 because they kind of had nobody else.
Right. They need a 1. They need a point guard.
But he plays like a 2. So
just looking at this team, I don't know, man. I thought they was better than what I seen.
They do got depth.
Yeah, Reggie, Eric Gordon coming off the bench. Oubre, I like Oubre. Andre Drummond, I think he's a great backup to Joel Embiid. They do is just Paul George don't show up when the lights is bright. I have no reason to believe he's doing that now at this point in time.
Exactly.
So they contending. Not contending. My bad. My apologies.
They're
playoffs.
They might be a top 3 seed in the East, but that don't mean that they contending.
They're playoffs. They gonna be doing their thing. They need a point guard. KJ Martin needs a point guard. He's a smaller version of his dad. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, they.
You know, he's not the size of Kenyon.
Once again, this is all gonna fall on the shoulders of Joel Embiid. Is he healthy? 1, and then does he play like a big man and go down low and dominate?
Exactly, and
we seen that he kind of doesn't want to do that.
They gonna choke it away. They're not going to the finals, man. They're gonna be in the playoffs. They gonna disappoint everybody. So it is what it is. Phoenix Suns,
another team that needs to get some
dog. Golly, they need them. Everybody out of position. Man, like, bruh, first, this is all jacked up.
See, look, the NBA has done to the point guard, to the traditional distributing point guard, and the big man that actually plays down low. The NBA has done what the NFL did to the fullback position to those 2 positions.
Yeah, I was looking on rosters. They don't even have fullbacks on certain teams, dog.
Right, they don't.
So I'm like, the Suns. I'm gonna just say this:
they're gonna be another underachiever.
Bro, they need a point guard. You can't win with this. Like, Devin Booker is not a point guard. Bradley Beal, okay, he's a Grayson Allen. No, heck no. They about to get cooked. I mean, on the game, this look good but
you playing video games.
In real life, no sir. Like, you need a point, dog.
Tyus Jones needs to be starting.
Yes, at the 1, absolutely. You put him at the 1.
Tyus Jones needs to be starting at the 1. Have Devin Booker start at the 2. Bradley Beal needs to come off the bench.
Exactly.
I don't care if his feelings is hurt. He needs to come off the bench. Kevin Durant don't need to be playing the 4, but I guess in this league he can get away with it.
Like I said about Bradley Beal, but if I'm talking to him, because my point was before Derrick Rose retired, I'm like, man, he can go over there. But I'm like, Bradley Beal, come off the bench. You trying to win a championship? Is your dollar amount changing?
Right.
Your dollar amount not changing. So what's the problem?
And coming off the bench doesn't mean that your minutes change either.
No, you get the same amount of minutes. You may finish the game.
Right. So, Tyus Jones needs to be starting here.
Yes.
With this roster, Tyus Jones needs to be starting here. You need to have some firepower coming off the bench. You can't be relying on Josh Okogie, Royce O'Neal, and Mason Plumlee.
No.
And expect to be taken serious.
No. They need to reconstruct this. All they gotta do is reconstruct the lineup, bro. That's it.
Right, yeah. That's all you gotta do. Like for real. Like, they got Frank Kaminsky over there.
They need to reconstruct this lineup. I would have, since they got Tyus, Devin Booker 2, Bradley Beal backing up Devin Booker. Durant at the 3. I would actually put Bobo in at the 4.
Yeah,
Let
I
him
would
get
do
some
that too.
clock, you know what I'm
I would
saying?
do that too.
And have
I would have,
Youssef
yeah.
up in there.
And Grayson would come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson would come off the bench with Bradley Beal. Yeah,
You make them adjustments, that's playoffs,
yeah,
100%.
playoffs.
Anything,
And you might be able to, make it to the conference finals with this if you make those tweaks.
yeah, and anything can happen once you get there.
Right.
Anything can happen. All right,
Right.
so I don't know with them. If they stay like this, I don't I don't know, man. Like I don't want to say not playoffs out of respect to who's on the roster, but if y'all stay like this,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it could be a problem, bad, because you don't have no direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say with this constructed, I don't.
Oh, play-in team.
Yeah, I mean honestly, you know what I'm saying. So
Play-in.
let's go to the Trailblazers. We already know they ain't going to the playoffs,
They
but we
ain't
gonna
going
look
to
at
the
them
playoffs.
anyway.
They might be trading Simons anyway, I think.
Yeah, I keep hearing that too, man. They were saying that last year.
Right. So I mean, look, he can come. He can come home to Orlando. He can come home.
Simon's all right too. I mean,
Yeah.
Scoot. I'm looking at Scoot. I'm gonna assume Scoot is gonna have a better year this year. He's a short point guard, dog. So
Scoot should have a better year. Shaden Sharp should get more minutes and have a good year. DeAndre Ayton, you have.
it's my guy right there. Ain't gonna lie. It should be Scoot and DeAndre's squad, honestly. So at this point, you gotta get rid of Jeremy Grant.
DeAndre don't got it in his chest, bro.
You right. You are right. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like
Jeremy Grant needs to get traded to a different team.
he should have never. He signed that deal under the assumption Damian Lillard was staying there.
Going to stay.
So he was supposed to got moved ASAP. So or at least bought out his contract. So he got to go.
Yeah,
you got to get him out of there. He don't need to be there.
You don't need to have somebody eating up the books like that and then be bottom of the league.
Yeah, he got to go. You know what I'm saying? Point blank.
And Ayton need to go. Him and Ayton. I'll take my chances with Robert Williams staying healthy before I commit to because Robert is my guy. When he plays, I love what I see with Rob when he plays. It's just, and the other thing that's going to suck about this, I can see this being like a Chauncey Billups make or break it year to remain the coach of the team.
It's not fair. That wouldn't be fair. But they're going to be bottom of the West though. Right. Still. So they're bottom of the West. Kings.
The Kings. DeRozan.
It's a big move for them.
That is a big move for them because he's not the number one or the number two. He's like the third guy now.
That's a lot of fundamentals on this floor here. So I mean, De'Aaron Fox played. I mean, he don't play the point guard like I want him to, but I do.
No, but that's what's his name's system. I mean, he has Sabonis playing like a Draymond Green role a little bit.
Facts. I stay trading Ayton. I'm not Ayton, but I stay trading K for Fox and 2K. I've been doing this past 3 years. So that's what I've been doing, man, every time. So I mean, he don't play the point like I want, but he cold. Malik Monk, he cold when he got hurt. DeMar DeRozan,
right? We
already know he consistent.
Because this is like kind of like what I was saying with the Lakers. This is what happened with them when Monk got hurt and Red Velvet got hurt.
Yeah,
that changed night and day what this team was going to be because it was too much put on just the shoulders of Fox and Sabonis. And the only players that I've seen in NBA history that can have role players go down and still produce to be like superstars and win championships is Shaq and Kobe.
You talking about two Titan all-time great Hall of Fame sitting at a whole different table. None of these dudes
is like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like none of them. You know what I mean? So you know
they got your boy Trey Lyles over there.
Hey man, he alright though. You know he alright. Trey Lyles, like he be cooking. Trey Lyles, the moves be basic, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
I
So
mean, but
I
DeMar
would say
DeRozan is a massive upgrade from what's my man's name that was on the Warriors? I'd be forgetting.
you talking about
Harrison Barnes.
yeah, I can't stand Harrison Barnes. Where did he go? Is he still in the league?
Who cares?
I would say this. They contending if they are healthy. See,
Yeah, if
that's
if they all
contending if they
healthy, that's a
healthy.
contending team.
That's a scary team to deal with. So
All right.
I say Spurs, the
Top.
most overrated
Well,
team.
hold on. Kings.
Oh,
Top four.
uh, well, contending you got to be.
Yeah. Okay.
You
That's
got
fair.
to be. But
All right.
if they now this is only if they healthy. Now
Right.
don't
Right.
put my feet to the fire here. It's if they healthy.
Right. All right. Spurs.
That's about to be the most overrated team in the league, man.
Hey, but Chris Paul gonna be looking for Wimby though.
It's gonna look good, but I mean, they're not going to the playoffs. You think they're going to the playoffs?
They ain't going to the playoffs. No,
People,
they gonna be looking. I mean, look. So look, I tell you right now. I
Harrison
like
Barnes
Keldon
here.
Johnson. I like Keldon Johnson. Um,
Here he is, Harrison Barnes.
yeah, there he is, right there. Yeah, he is right there. Shoot.
They got Zach Collins. Oh,
Yeah, they got. You know,
hmm.
I need to see more about this Trey Jones cat because if he's starting over Chris Paul,
Trey Jones, all right though.
but is he starting over Chris Paul? Good.
He might. Chris Paul, 39, bro.
That's fine. That
He
ain't
might.
stopping others.
Popovich, you know how Popovich do.
Yeah, so
You know what I'm saying? He probably just there to help Popovich coach, dog. I'm gonna be honest. That's
he might be. I mean, but I see him getting minutes though, dog. Like he gonna be getting minutes. Like
he gonna get a little something. He
like
gonna
you
average
might
like 20
look.
something.
It's only gonna take Greg Popovich to look at him and Wemby on the floor at the same time to be like, you know what, we better with them two on the floor together.
Chris Paul gotta stay healthy.
This is true. But Chris Paul might be the one give game to Trey. But Vassell seems to be solid too. But I think he was one of them cats that was hating on Wemby last
That's
year.
that's not gonna happen with Chris Paul if he got the ball.
Right.
So all that's out the listen with Chris Paul there, all that's out the window.
Right.
That's all out the window. Cause they do get better, actually a lot better with Chris.
Right.
But the West is too deep, and I don't see.
Are they playing better?
Possibly because they don't got like a whack roster. They just got a young roster. So if everybody get on board, because they could have been that if everybody got on board before, because Wemby was kind of wilding. I had to eat crow. So so at this point, I have nothing to say. Wemby shown that he cold like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you got Paul there and with these guys and they all on board, they should be played. They should be playing. That don't mean they going to the playoffs, but they should be playing. You know what I mean?
Right, got you. All right, Toronto.
Ooh.
For me, this was a little bit of a letdown team. I was thinking that with R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quigley coming over there with Scotty Barnes, I felt like they should have been in the playoffs.
I say this. Quickly, to me, is a 6-man. So I don't think he's a starting one. That's not to say Quickly is whack. I just think that
no, but Scotty run the ones over there anyway.
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Scotty run the ones over there because he's a natural point guard. They just moved him to those positions because of his size. But he's a natural point guard.
I think that when did that trade happen? Did that trade happen in the middle of the year? Quickly and RJ Barrett?
Yeah.
I think they'd be better this year.
Yeah, they should be better.
I think they'd be better this year.
They should be better this year.
They should be in the playoffs.
They got Davion Mitchell from the Kings.
They should be in the playoffs.
Davion Mitchell now, he's a defender. Like he's kind of like on some Jalen Suggs stuff, but he's just not as impactful. He's just willing to take his assignment, and he will make him work hard for everything that he gets.
They should be in the playoffs.
I think they should. I was expecting them to be in the playoffs last year. The Jacob Podol kid, and then you got Kelly Olynyk is a solid backup.
He long in the tooth though.
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, but with this roster, I expect playoffs. Not play-in, playoffs.
All right.
They better have playoffs. Let's see who else we got here.
Utah.
The Jazz. Oh my goodness, the Jazz, man.
What are they doing with the forward? You just slide marketing over, dog.
Dang, they ain't got no forward, huh?
That's what marketing is supposed to be.
Ooh. This website, like, we'll update it later, son. That is what it like.
John Collins ain't no center. Walker Kessler is the center here. Walker Kessler is the center here. Okay, so this is what really happens. Keontae is at the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Really, Jordan Clarkson is the 6th man, and Colin Sexton starts.
Yeah, I think that's.
Markkanen, he'll play the 3 if they move Collins to the 4 and Walker Kessler to the 5.
Man, I wish he would have got traded.
I do too.
They
got Johnny Juzang.
I think people sleep on. Is that the rookie?
No, he ain't no rookie now, but he's one of those other players that's like, I ain't gonna say he's well, I don't know. Can I say that? Because Johnny Juzang, when he was in college,
I know the name is familiar. The name is familiar.
UCLA, Johnny Juzang, he had like, he was kind of like a Brandon Ingram in college. So
either way it goes, this team not going to the playoffs.
No, they're not going to the playoffs. I like what I'm seeing with Keontae George.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Clarkson, I'm asking for a trade, dog.
Markkanen should have asked for him. You kidding me?
Yeah, but he's like,
you know what I'm saying? He's trying to get
corny.
up out of there, dog. Like, I mean, please get. I want him to get out of there, man. Please get out of there, man.
Yeah, foreigners are different.
Man, listen, the Knicks should have went for him. The Knicks should have went for him instead of Towns.
For real,
man. They should have went for that guy. I feel you. I understand. It's just like, man, it's like you wasting good years of your career. Because I forgot how old he was. I thought he was younger. Keep forgetting he was in the league longer than what. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Bobby Portis was on the same team.
Yeah, exactly. So this team, they are in a bad spot. They need to the same thing about the next team about to talk about, but not as bad as them. But they're not going to the playoffs. They need Markkanen. No. Please request a trade. Clarkson
needs to request a trade.
Yeah. Sexton too, maybe. You know what I mean? Like these guys will do some good on a winning team, huh?
I mean, if you do that, you really start from scratch. I mean, the only
you're gonna have to at some
George.
point. At some point, you're gonna have to. There's no way around it. Y'all not even close to a championship.
I don't know, because they got vets here.
Dog, they not close. They're not even close to the playoffs.
No.
You might as well just go ahead and just blow this joint up, man. Just restart this thing, man. Straight up. Get draft picks and all that. I mean, because they're not going nowhere, man. You know, they said something about teams that just be stuck in, like, you got to either really be very bad, you know what I'm saying, or you can't be in the middle. And this is like, you might as well stay in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So I just, it is what it is and blow it up. So I don't see them.
They got a good enough roster to where they can be competitive with almost any team they play, but they don't got enough to win it.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. So y'all stuck. Y'all might as well just blow it up, start over. You know what I'm saying? And just don't nobody want to come to the Jazz, first of all. So I mean, that's really, don't nobody want to play in no Utah. So I mean, Salt Lake. So I mean, you just got to. It's gonna be a long time for y'all to find Stockton Malone again. But I mean, It can happen. Never
There
know.
ain't. You see how hard it is for us to find point guards.
Yes.
Dang, sure enough, ain't no another Malone out there.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I
so
mean, you might as well just find a whole different recipe and try to do that joint. You better off trying to do what the other Utah team had with Darren Williams and Boozer and
yeah.
Karolinko.
And that was closer to the old school Jazz. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Closer. So I mean, and they had Jerry Sloan. So
Right,
you
Jerry
know what I
Sloan.
mean?
So I
So he
mean,
had that system in with that pick and roll thing. So I mean, I, they just need to blow it up. That's it. They ain't going nowhere.
same thing with this next team. They need to
The
throw a
Wizards.
whole grenade right here and
The
just be like,
Wizards.
look,
Oh
we
man,
got
the
a
Wizards.
bunch of we got a bunch of role players that shouldn't be starting.
You know what's crazy? Valanciunas, what is wrong with you? Why did you go here? I don't know. Why would you do that? Why on earth would you go here? They couldn't have paid you that much more than somebody else will offer you.
I don't know. I don't know. But
They didn't break the bank with him.
and look, dog, you only 3 rebounds better than Marvin Bagley.
They got a lot of good like pieces over here that's just Marvin Bagley. I like Kuzma
Market
can work on a
Malcolm
decent
Brogdon over
team.
here.
Sadiq Bey, come on, dog. Brock,
Should have
they
never left the Pistons.
man, listen, man. I don't
He should have
even
never left the Pistons.
like Bagley, man. Come on, man. Like, man, listen, yo, fam. Like, they actually, if you had a coach over here, might do something with this.
Yeah, the first thing you need to do is start Malcolm Brogdon and move Jordan Poole somewhere else.
100%. They can do something with this if you had a coach. Because if you look at this thing with just like, okay, this is just bad. Like, we look at the names, Sadiq Bey, Valanciunas, Bagley, okay, I can do a little something with that.
Like, yeah, I got some players here.
I could work with that, but you got to rearrange it. Brogdon got to start. Okay, Sadiq Bey, I'm not against him starting. He good.
I don't know if I even want Kuzma on the roster.
Bagley, you move him to the 4. He's really
he's
a 4.
Supposed to be.
So you move Kuzma out the way, because I'll work with a Brogdon. Deal with whoever's at that 2. Has Sadiq Bey, Bagley at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5. I can work with that.
Jordan Poole's attitude and demeanor tells me he don't need to be on this team.
Bro, he's going to be in the trading package, him and Kuzma.
Yeah,
them 2 is leaving. You know what I'm saying? They're leaving. You can get you probably a good piece for that guy. But even if I can't, right? So if I get rid of Poole, okay, let me get rid of Poole to get somebody else that's gonna fit this system and get rid of Kuzma.
Man, look, this is the free agents that be getting played by politics right here.
Oh, I'll trade Jordan Poole for Amani with the quickness. Let me get Amani. Matter of fact, I'll give you Poole and Kuzma for Amani. What's up? Yeah, let's slide that over here and let me throw him at the 2. I'm serious. Brogdon, get Amani right there. Sadiq Bey, Bagley, Valanciunas. I can live with that.
For real.
I can live with that. We may not go to the playoffs, but I can build with that.
Right. Yeah. I look, man. This.
But this team is terrible. It's not terrible, but it is. You know what I mean?
If I'm Brogdon, if I'm Sadiq Bey, some of these guys, I'm like, look, y'all seen what Jordan Poole was doing last year. If he's on this team, get rid of me. I'm not dealing with this dude for another year. I'm not dealing with this dude for another year. He over here not paying attention to the play being drawn up in the huddle. And then he over talking about this my team. Well, look at what your team did. It ain't your team no more. Like, if he's my teammate, get me out of here. I can't do this. You giving the franchise to his hands lets me know that you a clown organization.
Yeah, he's really, you know what's crazy? It's just like the what's the dog name for the Pelicans?
DeJounte?
He's that guy. That's it. He's literally the problem here. I'm not even gonna say it's Kuzma, it's him.
Yeah, Kuzma's just weird.
Yeah, Kuzma, he can I like Kuzma. He could hoop. He just, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Kuzma is fine. Like, if you get rid of Poole, I think the team will be a whole lot better.
Night and day difference.
Seriously. I
It'll be
think
the
because
night and day
Kuzma's shown he can get down. It's not like Kuzma is garbage. He's not garbage. He can hoop. He's just strange. But that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But Poole, nah, fam. Because if you look at the averages, Poole still averaged 22.7 rebounds a game.
Where you see 22 points at?
Kuzma? It's 22
No,
points.
no. I thought you said Poole.
I probably said Poole by accident. I'm not gonna say I didn't, but Kuzma, he 22 points, and Poole only averaged 17. You know what I'm saying? 17.
That's all gonna change with Valanciunas next to him.
That's fine. Valanciunas, he getting busy down low, but Kuzma can still stretch the floor.
Technically, the easy way to fix this, you just slide everybody over down one position.
Yeah, put them in a real position.
Yeah, because Sadiq Bey can play the 2. Kuzma is a 3. Bagley is a 4. That changes everything.
Yeah, minor tweaks. Minor tweaks do a lot. I'm trying to tell minor tweaks do a whole lot, y'all. Minor tweaks. If you look at the roster, and minor tweaks do a whole lot.
If you have that kind of lineup and you start Brogdon over Poole,
yeah,
that's a night and day different team.
Yep, and Jordan Poole, if you have to have him on the team,
he's coming off.
He can be the 6th man, and
he's what he was for Golden State.
And my pitch will be: is your check changing? I'm asking all these dudes because you're getting mad, but you're a very highly paid bench player or coming off the 6th man.
Oh, but
is your check changing?
This is the other team that we gonna see because they got the Alex Sarr kid.
Oh yeah, they do. Sure do. What is he a 4 or 5?
They got him on the 4 slot, but we know he's big.
He's skinny, so they probably So actually, you know what? I'd trade Kuzma and let him just do his thing. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, I mean I don't dislike Sorry or nothing. I gotta see first. But I still would get rid of Kuzma. I mean, so I'd get rid of Kuzma and Poole for a cold. See if I can get me a cold 1 or something, or 2. Star Brogdon. I'm cool with having Jared Butler as my backup. So, I'll be trying to get a 2 here, or if you can get a few pieces.
This is like a team that is made for like a Bones Highland, Terrence Mann acquisition.
They could do something to actually improve this team a lot. All they gotta do is make minor moves. They don't gotta do too much craziness. It's not like they got like a bunch of dumpster truck juice here. You got some solid pieces over here. Like, I mean, you just gotta get rid of the cancer.
Right.
That's it. And you'll get healthy real fast. Get rid of cancer, you get healthy real quick. Real quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think but at the end, if you're gonna be at the bottom, you might as well be at the bottom with plans of working your way out of it.
Well, if you're gonna be at the bottom, you put Sarr up there, and if y'all do have a losing season, if y'all in a lottery for the top 5 pick,
you get 82 games to see if this dude is worth it or not.
Yep, and then if he is, well, okay, we need to draft whoever we sorely lacking at spot the most. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go ahead and go like that. Yeah. So
scoring 2 guard.
But I think if they got rid of Poole, they wouldn't be at the bottom of the East.
No,
I'm saying I don't think so. I mean, but if they keep him there,
they would. But I think you might see a strong flip where the Nets is probably going to be the worst team in the East.
I mean, they should be. That team look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, them and the Wizards should be the worst, easily. So we'll see though. We know how things change. You know what I'm saying?
But we've been itching to do this episode for a minute now.
Oh yeah, we've been trying to, but the season coming up.
But folks gotta go to work tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but that's what's up though. I mean, it was a good episode. I'm gonna make sure I have this up in the morning or something.
Got you.
So I'm gonna have it processing. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the content, hit Jay's sideline, hit Freeze Corner. Check out Wise Unscripted. Subscribe to the game channel. We got a lot of content for y'all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So make sure y'all show love to all that, and we'll be back soon for sure.
Hey.
Peace.